Hey chat, how goes? I have a special message I want to shout out for Rev real quick, and I need to thank GrimQuest for the amazing new emote because I'm gonna abuse the hell out of it. There you go, Rev. That's just for you. This is for Rev.
This is me dying tonight, guys. Yep. So you ready for Carl's last words? Because I've been preparing all day.
I'm coming for Carl. Rev, thank you so much for having that new emo. I'm going to abuse it everywhere.
That is excellent.
But no, guys, we're ready to play some games, and I'm going to introduce everybody. We'll do a quick little recap, and then we'll get right into this because we have a little bit different stuff for the players tonight, and I'm going to see how they do with some puzzles. I think we'll get there this time. So yeah, let me go ahead and first do this. I got fancy, tried to make buttons and see if everything works. So there's that one. These are all my players. Make sure you go and wait. No inspiration. That's I gotta turn those off. Shit, I'm not ready.
You did the wrong.
Rev, you can have a hero point. We'll say that since I left it on. Grim, stop.
That's a discount hero point.
Yeah. Grim's discount hero points. Anyways, the links that I posted in chat there, those are all my players tonight. So go and make sure you give all of them a follow, please. They're all awesome people. They stream awesome content. Lots of D&D campaigns, world building, got map making. I'm gonna get you back into some D&D stuff too, Twisted. Twisted's been on a mech warrior rampage lately. We're gonna get him back to map making or teaching us some stuff in Foundry. He's really good at that.
Yeah.
I'd really like to run some games there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, do it. I support this. So
do the thing.
First off, let's see. We'll go in order as they are appearing at the bottom of the screen there. Rev, why don't you introduce us to your character and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Rev, and tonight I'm playing Carl the Casual, a Imperious-blooded sorcerer who has a long ancestry of wizards who, some of them still talk to him, but he's trying to prove them all wrong and not become a crazy magic user. He's a half-elf. I think I forgot to say that this time because I've completely messed up my spiel.
That's all right.
And as everyone likes to point out, he has frosted roots that are part of his bloodline, as well as kind of magical scarring across his entire body that's also a byproduct of his bloodline. Other than that, I'm a streamer on Twitch, playing a variety of games, doing D&D related stuff, making maps, and there might be a secret project in the works now.
Oh, secret project.
Secrets.
And as Mima always says, many hands make light work.
Look at him, he's getting in character right off the bat. Next up, we have Foozca.
Hello, I'm Foozca. I never have scripted spiels, so they're nice and awkward just for you. I'm playing a rat folk oracle named Bozzy Teapaw, and she is pretty much cranky grandma energy who would just like to be left alone in her hut in the woods. But on my channel, I get to play with a lot of my friends and family that I have roped into streaming with me, and thankfully we're all having a great time. But you can find our mostly chaos and also D&D on my channel here. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Nikki.
Hello. I'm also going to be awkward. Yay.
Yes. Maximum awkwardness. Let's go. Let's do it.
So I'm a streamer too. I do D&D stuff as well, mostly homebrew world building streams on Saturdays, and this last time I had a co-stream with another homebrewer where we looked into AI and fun things like that. Another part 2 of that is coming up sometime in the future, and then when I'm not doing D&D, I'm streaming video games such as Resident Evil 4. I just finished that, and then also Inscription, indie games, I guess. But in my Discord, too, we do one-shots on Fridays. We just ran our last one this past week. It was a pirate adventure. Twisted was a part of it, actually, and it was a whole heck of a lot of fun. So if you guys are if you're looking for a game to play or just jump in and drop in for a one-shot, no commitment. You don't have to pledge your life for 3.5 years. It's just one night, maybe two.
Maybe two.
For an adventure. Come on in. Stop by my Discord and channel.
Everybody always hopes they go to at least a 2-shot, right?
At least, yeah. Exactly.
And
That's me.
speaking of Twisted.
Hey. I'm also a newer streamer. I run lots of D&D games offline, and apparently I'm going to have one online in the near future. Other than that, yes, I stream all sorts of video games, a lot of MechWarrior lately, and I am playing Karkuth, Cigas, a folk interior decorator who also happens to have some skills at unlocking things, and so he'll make your living room look fabulous and then run away with your family too.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good summation for him. And also, Karkuth really knows, at least it seems like, he really knows exactly what his strengths are and really plays to them. So, Rev mentioned a little bit how you hardly ever roll low. And I think it's because when you decide to roll, you're going only for the things that you really know that you're fully equipped and ready for, and just blasting through some of these challenges that you're picking up. So it's, we just got to see if we can't get you tonight. We'll see.
Oh boy.
But again,
there's a target on your back to cut. You can sense it.
But it's just a book. It's just a book. It's not me, I swear. Rev.
Oh, or whatever. I'm only running the book. I have no control.
I have no control what you guys do or what you guys, come up against. But yeah, so we'll do a quick little recap. Where the party is, what they're up to. In fact, I should probably take you guys to the map. So give me just a second. We'll switch over. Let's go to...
who's ready to head back upstairs and take a long rest?
Yeah, I need a nap.
I was waiting to see when that option would come up.
The long rest? Yeah.
No, just going back upstairs.
No.
I don't know.
All the way back upstairs, all 73 of the spiders that he was counting are going to come back.
Right. So
Grow really fast.
This is what we've got. This is the map. This is where they've been hanging out. Oh, the music's way loud. Apologies. We'll turn that down a wee bit.
That is a really big hand.
That is Karkuth's mage hand. Which, big ol' thank you to David North Illustrations for the token earlier today. Big shout out to him.
Didn't know who made it, but now that I know who made it, yes, absolutely, that is gorgeous.
And I think this is a recolored Bigby's hand, or living Bigby's hand, I believe, in one of his Frostmaiden sets. So
Gorgeous.
He does all kinds of fantastic tokens. Do custom tokens for you, as we had some for our Witchlight campaign. Go check him out. I see.
That's awesome.
Might still have his command here, hopefully. Otherwise, that's not going to show anything. Nope. I'll have to find it in a minute.
Just kidding.
There we go. It's just David. It wasn't his last name. There we go. Thank you, Lady Mistella. But anyway, the party's underneath a fishery in Atari. They've been sent down to find out what's stealing all the fish from the fishery. It's kind of the place where everybody brings their fish to sell them, and all the fish are going missing, which is not great for business. So a call was put out for adventurers, and these four showed up to try to figure out what's going on. As soon as they got down to the basement, they realized that, it's not just the fish that are being stolen. In fact, it seems like a whole wall has been caved in, and something's stealing all the fish. they came across some giant rats right away, right off the bat, and quickly realized that it's not the giant rats that are doing it. It's got to be something else. So they continued on through, found a big old spider. That one wasn't stealing all the fish. They found an old crypt, went in there, immediately smashed a coffin open, disturbed the things that were at rest in the crypt, but after beating them, they did get a really nifty ever-burning torch and a really kick-ass looking shield. Continued on, found this neato shrine right here, and gave us an episode title for episode 2, The God-Given IBS.
I didn't see that title.
Yep. Poor Gumshoe drank the water at the shrine and had some tummy issues. But he's doing all right. He's okay. He's just a little shaky, a little queasy. Once they figured out a little bit of the shrine area there, they continued their search down into this room where they met a quartet of kobolds and Mr. Carl the Casual here, pulling something out of his butt that I wasn't ready for, that I didn't expect, started speaking Draconic to the kobolds and convinced them that they should just leave the area and go wait outside of the cave in the mountains. So he convinced 4 kobolds to just screw off and get out of their way. So violence was averted, which is really strange for most D&D groups or TTRPG groups as a whole. So they're still on the hunt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not at all, right? They're still on the hunt for the fish, but the kobolds that left, they did leave a little trail of fish crumbs, as I called them, little bits and pieces of fish and some scales. So the kobolds have at least some of the fish they figured out, but still haven't found a whole lot of them. And for equipment-wise, I did add the new +1 sword that Gumshoe has. That's in your inventory now. Mm-hmm. One difference in here is that the +1 only applies to your attack roll. It does not apply to damage. So
okay,
it helps you hit things easier, not harder.
Got it.
That won't get confusing for us at all, since we're all 5e DMs. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. We're all coming from 5e, learning Pathfinder 2nd edition. What else? There was Twisted, your hand now has a torch with it, so it has the... Whoops, that is the wrong screen. I'm clicking on the wrong one. Twisted, you should have the torch icon on your hand, and you should be able to click that on and off.
Oh, that's cool.
Excellent. And let me know that you can move the hand around. Just make sure everything's good to go. Awesome.
Cool.
So, players, you guys got any questions before we get started?
You'd want to ask how long did it take for them to search the room, Gumshoe to practice with the sword, and all that fun jazz.
Probably
because I need 10 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna say probably around 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less.
Okay. So Carl's been watching the door, but also like muttering to himself, and some of you may have seen some of his markings glow a little bit, and I will take that focus point back.
Okay. Carl, you get your focus point back. You know that the kobolds that you talked into leaving the area went through the door up here next to you, Carl. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that appears to be the only way through here. You guys investigated all the boxes and crates that were behind the bars there. And yeah, I think you got some money. You got... What else was in there? I think Takaka got...
Solid silver bowl.
Oh, the silver bowl was from the shrine.
Have a set of silver cutlery, which is I'm sure, come in useful.
Oh yeah, there we go. 200 silver pieces, a gold ring worth 5 gold pieces, and the +1 short sword. So, what would you guys like to do?
All right.
We're all kind of tired, right? Should we take a knee?
Yes, my tummy hurts.
I mean,
This has been established.
I'm good, but for the better of the group, certainly.
Do we want to take a rest in here? Or go back?
Oh boy. I guess that's up to us then, huh? I don't know. This is not terrible.
Well, Astra's not going to make the decision for us.
There is food and good drinks. A short walk back upstairs. We're not that far away from the tavern.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. They have indoor plumbing. Let's go.
Okay.
I guess we'll take a quick rest.
So, if you guys are taking a quick rest and going back, well, I won't transition the screens around and stuff. But you would go up the stairs, and you immediately would notice it's much more quiet up there right now than when you left.
Before we leave this room here, there's like this whole like stack of crates over here that I'd like to use to block up the door.
Okay.
The crates and barrels and box and stuff. Just take a few minutes. Everybody helping to block that up pretty efficiently.
Yep.
Yeah. So in the 10 minutes that Carl needs a breather to get his focus point back, you guys would. Everybody but Carl would be helping here, of course.
Nope. I think it would be just them because I think my negative strength would make it worse for you guys.
Oh.
I would just get in the way.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't take but, the 10 minutes or so to stack up everything in front of the door and kind of barricade it. So, yeah, you guys would know, getting up into the fishery, that seems pretty late. Being underground, not being able to see what time of day it is or anything. It looks like you guys have come up in the middle of the night after closing time. You can see a few patrons lying across the tabletops. One older gentleman is keeled over the bar top. You do not see Tamily anywhere.
Do we see any staff from the fishery? Or was Tamily the only staff member that we met?
Tamily was the only one you met, but there was probably at least one other helper there. But it doesn't look like they're actually doing business at the moment. What it does look like, however, is safe.
Not for these sleeping people's coins.
True.
Excellent. I think that while Takut's doing that, Gumshoe will go occupy this anybody who might be working there or like cleaning up, while these patrons are sleeping, and like distract, but not intentionally distract, more so like, do you have any place that I could maybe privately clean up, wash up, rest a little bit, anything at all, and like it'll be a quote unquote distraction.
Okay. For Takut.
Mm-hmm. To do Takut's thing.
Yeah. So Takut, go ahead and make me a stealth roll.
Is Takut trying to be stealthy to the group at all, or are we very clearly watching you walk over and pickpocket some sleeping drunk people?
I think I trust you guys pretty well. Not to sell me out.
I like these laying it thick here.
Yeah. Well, I have a surprise for you. I think the second Bozzy sees your hand going towards one of them, you're gonna get a staff whap to the wrist. And she's not gonna say anything because they're still sleeping, but just be like waving or wagging her finger in your direction.
We're gonna split it.
That's not the problem here.
They're just gonna spend it on more alcohol.
That's their decision.
Not if they don't have it.
Can't think that's the problem. That you're the problem. Do you see that all of these statements mean that you're the problem? You're the common denominator in the problem. In every problem that's come out of your mouth. Just please step over here.
Okay, all right. And I'll head over toward the hearth and find a nice place to curl up and pretend to sleep until she goes to sleep.
Okay, so Bozzy, would you just curl up and go to sleep, or would you stay up a while trying to keep an eye on him?
We're going to be sleeping out here with the drunks? I think... well, no, just like, making sure I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like.
Knowing. Yeah, that's, I guess, what we're going to be doing, so that's fine. I feel like she would be kind of on edge just because she's around people, not even because of the, I just saw you try and steal from people. So, not even focusing on him, I think she would be slightly aware, I guess, very light sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So... But you would both be, at some point, taking a rest, right?
Yes.
So...
Yeah, that's the other thing. If we're all here and settled, I can... Obviously, Bozzy's going to get cozy, but, if Gumshoe's off cleaning up, we're not all in the same spot. She'll only rest when, everyone's together.
Yeah, Gumshoe, you would find a back room. Not really a washroom, but a back room. Maybe an old pantry with a bucket in it.
Any privacy will do.
Yeah. And from Bozzy and Cut, I think I want a contested fortitude save to see who would fall asleep first.
Okay. Fortitude, not my strength, but here we go, baby. No, and I add modifier. How do I just roll?
So you click on...
Hold on. I'm on my sheet. Maybe that's my...
Yeah, click on your token and then go to, let's see, is it attributes? Or...
Attributes, yeah. And then down at the bottom is save.
There it is. Yeah.
Perfect.
I tried to click it on my sheet and something came up.
Oh,
We rolled the
wow.
same exact thing. We have the same modifier.
Amazing.
We rolled the same number.
So let's roll again, because we like rolling dice.
Oh, I was hoping they both fall asleep at the same time.
There's no way I'm rolling that high again. Here we go, baby. Yeah, that's not so bad.
14.
Oh,
Wow.
Just.
Holy crap.
To Cut. Try so
nap.
hard to outlast her. And when you think she's about to fall asleep, that's it. That's all you remember. You think she's about to fall asleep, and it's just lights out. So, Bozzy, you had the sense that Cut was trying to play you for a fool. He was trying to wait until you fell asleep to get up and do his thing. But once he did that one last big old stretch, big old cat stretch, and then curled up, that was it. That's over. You know that. You recognize that behavior, and you're pretty well confident that Cut is fast asleep.
I feel like Bozzy's just sleeping in her fur, and it's just full, just on a ball. But the only thing that's stretched out is her tail, and it's just kind of resting on Cut's ankle. Oh, cute! She drips off.
Just make sure you can feel him if he gets up.
Yeah, exactly. Once
Perfect.
she clocks it, I think she's going to be like, "That's for you."
And Carl, are you doing anything special for a rest?
Is there a fireplace in here?
Yeah, I think that's where Cut had said he was going to as well. He's going over to the hearth.
All right, I will go over there. I will, if it's not lit, I will light it.
Okay.
I will find the comfiest chair in the place.
Which
Move it over there.
you have about
I know there's
one option. There's various levels of brokenness across all these chairs. But yeah, there's not different models of chairs in here.
fair.
Yeah, you find the most intact in all the right places one.
Fair. Yeah, I'll take it over there and kind of sit down in it, use prestidigitation to get rid of some of the alcohol smell around me and fishy smell around me.
Fair.
Get this nice like sage smell going, and then slowly drift off.
Excellent. And yes, I also did not realize this, Foozca. It is Carl and a bunch of animal people.
Yep.
Yeah,
I realized it.
That never occurred to me.
I feel like it hit me at some point, but thinking of all of us sleeping in one room, and there are other drunkards here, but like the people who are sober, it's just a bunch of animal people and Carl.
It's a Carl's animal menagerie here.
Yeah.
And then Asta curls up in my lap and falls asleep.
Okay. So
And eventually you'll hear, is that Sage? As Gumshoe comes back and joins you guys at the fire and kind of puts his new sword next to him and puts his new shield down next to him and kind of curls up too. So now we're all there.
Okay, so Gumshoe's feeling a little bit better, a little bit more cleaned up here. And let's see. Your sickness would go away now. It was only afflicting you for the hour, so it's probably a good time to rest.
Nice.
You guys are awakened in the morning. The sound of the heavy wooden door, what sounds like it in your sleepy state, being kicked open. Big old boom. You hear, for anybody that would actually awaken at that, you would hear soft footsteps come in and kind of make the rounds through the fishery, through the dining area, tavern area kind of thing. You hear them go around and slowly nudge people awake and either send people home or tell them hey, you have to wake up and get some breakfast. You'll feel better. I promise. And before too long, that voice makes its way over to you. You would look up and you see Tamily. She looks down and she says, "You're back. Did you solve the problem? Did you find what was stealing all my fish?"
Good morning, Tamily. We found the start of your problem. We believe there's a bigger problem now.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that your fishery was built on top of a tomb?
Your basement's long as hell.
Duh.
Well, no, it's just a single room.
Incorrect.
Congratulations, you've gotten an expansion.
Oh.
And a spider infestation.
Oh, your face sours.
Kobolds.
Kobold. Are they what's stealing all my fish?
We don't know exactly who has for sure, but we have kobolds, rats, spiders, zombies, skeletons.
Oh yes,
A goddess
you have
of the
zombie
sea?
infestation.
There's
It's
some
5
more.
an infestation.
Yes, it is. As far as I'm concerned, 5 is more than enough.
Including me, there was 5 rats down there for a second, so apparently there was an infestation of rats too.
Yes, that too.
I meant no. She looks.
Bozzy.
She
Not a
I
rat.
didn't mean to.
I think Bozzy doesn't even register that and is just continuing to get up and get dressed, not get dressed, but clean herself up a little.
Well, the kobolds are kind of small, though. You really think they ate all those fish?
They could have a whole clan down there. I don't know for sure. We were going to keep investigating. We just needed a little time.
Well, this is true, but I hope that's not the case. You're going back down, though, right?
Yep.
After breakfast. What do we have?
Yes, some eggs Benny would be fantastic.
Eggs Benny coming right up.
Thank you.
She looks at the rest of you guys, and whatever you would want to order within reason of a small town tavern here, she could make for you, and she would give it to you guys.
Fishery, I'd like caviar toast, please.
Oh, fancy man. You know what? You get your caviar toast.
Let me get some huevos rancheros in this bitch.
Sounds good, but that might not be on their menu. She actually, waits for you guys to finish up eating. She's pretty respectful, but she goes, you said the basement is bigger. I've owned this place for years, and there's only been the one room. Where's the rest of it?
East and north.
And
It's-
west. It's everywhere.
It's difficult to understand, but sometimes there's a wall that opens up, and it's kind of like a door, but it's also like a hole. You have a large hole in your basement, which leads to a lot of other rooms with a lot of other doors that lead to other rooms. Whether or not this is your property is up for debate. I think you would have to write a letter to the city to find out.
That's the
Wall,
information you
that's-
log away.
Huh.
The wall that is not a door is ajar.
God damn it.
Hard sigh.
She's just kind of taking everything in for a second. She's, well, that is a problem. That when you solve whatever's down there, and you're satisfied that you've completely stopped whatever is stealing my fish, then I'll do everything that I can to board it up, because I don't want rats and skeletons and zombies and kobolds coming up into the fishery. Yes, you see, I would just ask that you complete the job, and then I'll take care of the basement.
You could make it a themed fishery.
And what theme would that be?
Error.
Death?
Adventure themed? I don't know.
Well, I don't know that some of these fine, upstanding folks, and she looks down the bar, and the old passed out guy has bent over the bar. Looked like he fell asleep in the middle of reaching over to take a bottle from the other side. I'm not so sure that they would be okay down there. I don't think they could put up a fight like you guys would.
Be careful, there is a perilous drop just beyond the hole.
Also, if you see some water in a bowl,
Riddles.
don't drink
Don't
it.
drink it.
Oh,
Well, there's no bowl now.
I advise against it. Boil it first, at the very least.
She's just looking at you, nodding her head. Okay.
But Tamale, let's not worry about, the problem of the hole right now. I think you should see this as an opportunity for perhaps expansion, but let it simmer. I mean, brainstorm a bit. We will finish all the problems that are down there, and then we'll come back to you, and then you'll be good, and we'll be good, and you'll pay us, right? You're still paying us, right?
Oh, of course. And I genuinely didn't know that's what all that was down there. That's really troubling. Oh, hang on. And she kind of scampers back behind the bar, and she comes back with a little, like a little box. Almost looks like a little strong box, and she pops it open. She says, I've had these for a long time, and I don't honestly know if they're still good anymore. We just haven't had to use them at all, but you can have them. And she hands you 2 healing potions.
Wow.
Do you have any backup for yourself?
Well,
Just in case one of these spicy zombies make it up here, maybe it might be good, hold on to one.
no, but I'll keep the door shut, and you could just knock 3 times in 2, and I'll know it's you guys.
Okay.
Ito.
So I just imagined a zombie knocking in rhythm, and that was funny. Thank you.
She says, I'll keep it closed and barred until you tell me that it's otherwise cleared up.
Sounds good.
I think she takes one and hands one directly to Carl.
Fair.
Thank you.
We also did see him use one of his own too, so it's not only the joke of he's dying, but we saw him use one. So.
Yeah, he's down one.
He should have one.
Yep. So,
How do I
Carl,
add
you
that
have
to my
one?
inventory?
Did you say how or that you were going
Yes. How?
to? Oh, okay. I got you. Hang on.
I figured this out earlier today, and I have
Inventory,
forgotten
and you click the
already.
plus symbol, and it will add one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those little like pluses and like magnifying glasses were so bitty, I could not recognize them initially.
Yeah, the buttons in there are real tiny, not super helpful.
Oh, little.
And yeah, I saw Bozzy and Carl both found the rest buttons, but Takut and Gumshoe, they are in the utility button.
I didn't know it would rat me out immediately.
Yep, immediately told on you.
Yeah.
Sorry, where was the rest button?
If you click your token and go to the utility button, there's a rest for the night.
Oh, I just clicked it. It's also on like the main page where it's like right under your max HP, wherever your max HP is. If you look right under that, there should be like a person in a bed. That's what I clicked on.
Okay.
I'll find
guess
it.
you can do it in
Oh, there it
place.
is. Look at that little rest for the night.
Yeah, either one works.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
You can also
Everybody's-
hit
you get-
utility, go to the utility on your little hotbar thingy, and
Yeah.
rest for the night is on there too.
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
Mm-hmm. I was just looking at that man in the bed, jealous.
Looking like he's getting a good sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tamley has handed you the 2 healing potions. Everyone is well rested. Everybody's coins stayed safe thanks to Bozzy. And so Tamley says, "Whenever you're ready, I'll shut the door behind you. And take as long as you want, as fast as you can. And I'll be eagerly waiting for you to come back."
We'll be back.
I don't think we talked about who got the second potion, but I think Bozzy's going to motion for Gumshoe to take it just because
Oh,
if it's not Carl getting hit.
I have
Go
one,
shoot.
though. I've got one. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, I think Gumshoe found one from the skin sack.
I did. I got one from the skin sack.
You have, but you are also up in front pretty much all the time. I am behind at least 2 bodies at any given time.
Do you know what,
And Takut is behind anything he can find.
This is all fair.
Okay, I'll take it. Gumshoe feels like it's a stab to his skill, his pride. He's just like, oh, fine.
No, he's doing his job. He's tanking all the hits.
And again, fully, Bozzy does not recognize that. And it's like, good, there you go. All right, let's go.
Just a good like mom pat on the back.
Oh, you're small like me, so it would be on the back. I was going to say it's probably a little bit lower, but no, it is.
Yeah, you two are both small, and I think Takut and Carl are both medium.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys are doing, or are you heading right back down?
We heading back.
Yeah, let's go back. I think Gumshoe's ready.
Awesome. So we will be back then, right to where you left off in this room. You guys get back, and it looks like your barricade held up. It doesn't look like anything's been moved. All the boxes and crates and everything are stacked right in front of the door where you left them. And the room looks very much the same as when you left.
Are we ready to continue the adventure?
I believe so.
All right.
Fresh and rested.
Gumshoe's going to start moving the boxes, and then when they're cleared, get ready to open the door. Give everyone a look like, we good? We good? We good? Everyone good? We're good?
We're good.
Ever burning torch nods at you.
Bozzy. Like she's or Gumshoe's asking if everybody's good, and Bozzy just runs to the back.
Bozzy very specifically puts herself behind Gumshoe. If anything comes out, it'll hit Gumshoe first. That's why she gave him the extra potion, and that's it.
Perfect.
Okay. Gumshoe's going to carefully open the door.
Okay.
quietly.
Go ahead and click that door icon.
It's a hallway.
All right. So before you go any further, you see a short hallway with smooth walls of worked stone and a door at either end, though the door at the far end is closed. You see the floor is tiled with 3 large square stone tiles.
It's a
look
hallway.
like a trapped hallway.
Does it look like a trapped hallway? You can make a perception check if you're looking for traps in there to cut. He senses his time.
Actually, don't have to look, but
Oh, you have a special thing, don't you?
do. I think that basically it just means that automatically without saying.
You still have to make the
That's what it
check.
means. Yes, yeah. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. It's just a. Right?
Oh, it'll be under attributes, and perception check.
Have we mentioned we're learning this?
We are learning. Bear with us.
Yeah. I just love it. Anytime anyone's doing something, we're like, how do I do this?
It's you guys looking for buttons.
Please
I'm
hold.
looking in the book for things. Yeah.
Ow! Don't bite me. Okay, my character sheet is in the way of the buttons.
I like that. Asta's just zipping around the map here, saying hi to everybody.
I found it.
All right. 14. No, you don't see anything in there. Takut moves his mage hand in.
Takut, old friend. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm gonna go listen at the door at the other end of.
Okay.
Step into the hallway.
Okay.
I've checked it for traps, and I feel confident. And once here, I will listen for traps.
You listen for traps, and you hear a rumbling above you. And let's see. I need to roll.
Sounds bad.
Yeah. You hear a rumbling above you and a sliding sound, an awful grating sliding sound. And let's see, this will be
Flex saving throw.
Nope, it is a strike attack against you. 22.
Oh.
Does that hit you, Takut?
Hits everybody.
I'm making sure that you don't have a shield or something.
You don't know.
Okay.
I do have a shield, but I didn't specifically say that I had it raised, so...
Okay.
Is my shield...
It could as a reaction, if it'll save you. I think it adds +2 to your AC.
Will not save me. That'll be
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
So, you hear a rumbling sound as part of the ceiling starts falling down and collapsing in on you. You notice when you got up to the door that tile that you stood on actually sunk down just a wee bit, triggering the trap. And you would take 4 bludgeoning damage as the ceiling crumbles and smashes down on you. It actually looks like a false ceiling now that you've taken a beating, and you look up and you can see probably the true ceiling, another like 2 foot higher than what it was when you first came in.
You okay?
Oh!
Take a quick note. This is the first damage he's taken.
That's true. There's my achievement. All players have taken damage.
A little thing pops up on your screen, just achievement unlocked.
Yeah. Need it.
I'm a real DM. I'm just kidding. You're fantastic. Please don't ignore me.
No. You're fine. I need a little achievement button.
Yes.
And hit it. Okay. So the rumble.
Good, are you okay?
I think I'm fine. That was my fault.
As he moves a chunk of stone off of him.
It was my fault. Ceiling falls on him and he goes, "It's my fault." Oh my god. I think Bozzy would be far more concerned than Foos is.
You're good though. Do you need help? We're all kind of awkwardly standing it. Do you need us to go in there?
Yeah, is that like a one-time thing, do you think, to cut? I know you're probably a little bit busy, but are there
Maybe
more
we should-
rocks?
Look at the
Made it
ceiling.
all the way to into the hallway, so I'm looking at the ceiling. Does it look like there are any additional traps now that I know specifically what to look for?
The ceiling
case.
above you now looks much sturdier and like an actual ceiling. It does not look like a false ceiling anymore.
All right. Well, now that noise has stopped, hear any noise on the other side of this door? Okay. My ear to it and listen.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check now that the rumbling has stopped. Okay.
Oh, it's a 7. I thought that was a 1. Oh, okay.
I don't
No,
like
it's okay.
rolling from the hot bar. I want to roll from my character sheet.
I mean, you can do whichever one you want. But you listen, and no, actually sounds pretty damn quiet in the next, like behind the door there.
Is it locked?
You test it, it doesn't seem locked.
Hey there, buddy, friend. Yeah,
Head.
I'll take the. Yeah, no, you really took one for the team there. Appreciate it so
like-
much.
I like they're like sliding by each other in this hallway with just like chunks of rock and rubble strewn around. Excuse me, pardon me.
I didn't say anything. He was just like, "I know my place."
Yep.
You didn't get in there.
All right, same deal. Open it up quietly.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
So go ahead, Gumshoe.
It's a bigger room, not a hallway.
Are all rooms just bigger hallways now?
So
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Just don't take the time to think about it.
in this room, let's see. It says the door to this chamber silently glides open to reveal a long room. 2 stone statues of priests stand in the corners along one side of the room. This would be the left side. Facing a towering statue of a man holding out both of his hands, palms up. In front of the statue is a stone altar holding 9 golden coins.
Gumshoe is gonna like look at the ceiling. He doesn't want rocks to fall on him now. And cautiously step into the room.
Okay. Imagine he's like tiptoeing in here, like one big old sticky like toe at a time. He looks around. A little bit musty in here, a little musty smelling, but everything looks solid. Nothing looks like it's about to cave in on him or move or anything.
Are there any like tracks on the ground from where like the kobolds went through here? Like if there's a dust on the floor, is there like a little path that like you know how cattle have a little path through the pasture?
Yeah,
Is there a little kobold trail through the dust.
Absolutely. Like I won't even make you roll for it because it's like dirt and dusty down here. Like you would see a little path going straight through the middle of the room.
Cool. Gumshoe will take that path.
Okay.
And then kind of look around and see what's going on.
Okay. And then Gumshoe, as you pass the statue there, you hear in this huge booming voice, "In my hands I judge the value of all wealth, raising up whichever is greater. One of these coins is a deception. Find it using only 2 judgments and receive my blessing."
Did you guys hear that?
It's very well audible.
Okay. No.
No? You didn't hear a giant booming voice say something about wealth and coins and
We did.
Oh, yes, we did.
Carlos, you're hearing okay.
It didn't what it used to.
Carl, the hearing impaired.
Could you repeat that, statue?
It doesn't answer.
There's 9 coins, one's heavier than the other, 2 something or others.
Yeah.
Boss is gonna look next to her. There's a statue there. Is it any like? Does it look exactly like the other one, just now without his palms out, or?
This one looks a little more like grand. The other ones look just kind of like heads bent, arms crossed, hands inside the sleeves, almost look like praying priest. And then the statue, the big statue here, he looks much more grand. Like it's like you get almost like an air of importance about him.
Is it recognizable? Is it like a religious person thing? I don't know what to call it.
A Persa buddy?
Have I read a book?
Have you read a book? Let's see. I don't think this is anyone in particular.
Okay.
Okay. I have a solution that gets us down to a 50-50 chance. Or it will give us the answer immediately.
I had a feeling it was going to be Twisted would be the first one out of the gates with this.
Okay, so hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
We leave 1 coin on the table. We put 4 coins in each hand. And they are equal. And we know that the coin we left out is the false one. We solve it in 1 judgment. We're good. But if one of the hands raises, one lowers, then we know that the value of the one that's lower is greater. So we know one of the 4 coins in the other hand is the false coin. Right? So we can eliminate 5 of the coins that way. We've only got 4 coins left to figure out. So if we leave then 2 coins on the table, 2 of those 4 on the table, and put 1 in each hand, right? It'll either tell us which one is the fake one, or if they're equal, then we'll be down to a 50-50 chance of the last 2 coins.
I think we only get to measure twice, right?
Actually, why don't we leave 3 off?
That's what I was thinking. We do 3 in each hand, and that way if it's in one of those hands, then we're down to 1 out of 3. And if it's not on that, then we know what's in the last 3 anyway. I think either way I think that makes it an easier guess at the end.
There you go.
Carry the 1. Yeah.
There's the one.
Oh my god, how the tiny brains did it.
Yeah, the little gumshoes. This is the math meme. Yes.
The frog is carrying the 1. I love it. All right. So, go ahead. Sorry, Bozzy.
No, you're fine. 1 through 3 on one hand, 4 through 6 on the other, 7 through 9. We are they numbered? I don't know if they're not. I don't know.
They're not. They're all identical.
Just a bunch of coins on it. Yeah. She'll let not Bozzy. I'm Bozzy. Gumshoe do it.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Gumshoe's gonna be like, you know what? There was rocks back there, and then can I do a quick look around? Like, if we get this puzzle wrong, there's gonna be an arrow that shoots and kills me at this point. Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, you can look around the room and see if there's any kind of trap or anything.
Yeah, because if it's
Just to help keep track, since they aren't numbered, I will use prestidigitation to turn 3 blue, 3 red, and 3 green.
Okay.
Lovely.
Who here is colorblind?
I think rats are kind of colorblind.
Oh no! Do we even know if frogs are colorblind? Am I rolling perception for this? Oop! I rolled it. It's not good.
Are we rolling? Rolls it anyway. But no, I did want you to roll. So
okay.
No, this room looks fine. Looks like perfectly acceptable long room / hallway to you.
Okay. Let's do this thing. He's gonna take the red and the red and the green coins and put them in the hands.
Okay.
I'll take these ones that are all the same color. Put them in the hands.
Those 2 are even.
Those 2 are even.
Mm-hmm. Neither hand raises.
Neither hand.
So they're in the other groups.
It's in the last 3. Okay. So then Gumshoe will take 2, 1, and then 1. Put it in the hands.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect.
Okay. The statue doesn't move.
It's the last one.
Does the statue move, guys?
Bozzy's gonna test if. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Upon placing the two coins there and the statue not moving, you see the coins both in the statue's hands and on the altar in front of you. They all disappear. Carl Gumshoe, you are suddenly pelted with 9 gold coins as they materialize in the air above you and fall down to the ground. They're not damage, but it's raining coins on you.
Ah,
Okay. I thought that was going to hurt more. that was okay.
I gotta say, you guys nailed it in one. Twisted you almost had it right off the bat, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. He's that close. He's so close to this. Right
So
on the
close.
I think it was a team effort. Actually, that was a team effort.
Good
That
job.
one, we all did it. I think that was good stuff.
That was good. I kind of expected you guys to get hung up for a little bit, although I had the money on Twisted pulling this out, just based on what he's done in the dungeon. So, but well done. You guys
Expectations.
Well, it's based on what you've done so far. I up until you playing in this, I had no idea what you do like as a DM or a player. So it's just based on the crafty things you did in like our little test session before, and then the stuff you've done down in this dungeon. So you guys can add 9 gold to your inventory.
Not
to
each, right?
name drop a little bit. I met Terry Pratchett once, and he called me Wiley. So
Nice.
saying,
Oh, cool.
Wow.
That is a pretty cool ass meeting.
That's a compliment.
huge.
Did you get to play a game with them?
No, God, no. But I did get my copy of the Light Fantastic and Wintersmith signed. And in the Light Fantastic, he wrote lots of while Terry.
So
beautiful.
this begs the question then, if you didn't play a game with him and you got called Wiley, what in the world did you do while you were meeting him to be called Wiley?
Okay, all right. So segue. At the University of Washington, he was giving a talk. I didn't attend the University of Washington, so my wife drove me over there, dropped me off outside the building. I snuck in and watched
Hell yeah.
watched him talk, and then at the end I got in line for the book signing, and a lady from the college came over and she's like, look, I know that you snuck in, but I don't want to make a big deal of it, but if you want to get a signature, I see you brought a book, but you're going to need to buy one of the books that he's selling. And I'm like, done. Say less. Like,
What a burden.
I bought. That's why. Yeah. Then when I got up to talk to him, I was like, I hope one day maybe I'll get to give a talk like this of my own. And aren't you, Wiley?
Awesome. That's
Well-deserved compliment. Well-deserved.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
story and a better compliment.
Yeah.
nice.
So, to answer Bozzy's question before story time, it's 9 gold total. It's you just get 9 actual coins instead of the fake ones there. Well done on the puzzle.
They magic coins?
Nobody tested them, but they had things about them. But
That's
they're gone now.
asking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones that were on the altar are gone now. The ones that fell to the ground around you guys, they were God damn it. Smart ass. The ones that fell to the ground are 100% like real coins. And yes, Rev, with your detect magic, the statue is absolutely magical.
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 That, guys, that was fun and all, but what did that do? I mean, we just stopped to solve a fun little riddle, but I And now we've got some money. What was that about?
Well,
This is the longest basement in the whole world, and I don't understand why everything is here.
We'll have to tell Tamily that she's got a built-in puzzle room now.
as you guys are arguing about the puzzle room, you hear a sliding like stone on stone sound from, well, Gumshoe, not too far ahead of you.
Oh. Did you hear that? Hello? Oh. I think Gumshoe just immediately disappears from like the hallway. Like you guys see him walk down it, and then he just like
no checking for traps, nothing. Just like, oh, cool, new room. I'm in there. Zips right in. All right. So in here, this is a small chamber. Contains an old wooden chest emblazoned with the symbol of a key. Behind the chest is a massive contraption of gears and pulleys that looks like the inner workings of some unseen mechanism or device. Puzzles, kobolds, unispiders, and god-given ideas.
Interesting.
And
what is in there?
Gumshoe, you notice, like this room is dark. It's an unlit room, except for the little tiny like slivers of light. I think you should be able to see them from your token, coming through this wall up here.
Oh. I see something. I see there's another room beyond this room. Also, this is interesting. And it's just empty. Hey, ooh, wow.
And you can probably hear things from the other side of that.
Oh, yeah. What can I hear? Oh, I don't have any audio. Are we supposed to have audio right now? Because I don't have any on my end.
Oh, yeah. You should be hearing some little like chittering.
I hear them.
Growling sounds there.
It's like kobolds.
Oh, it's
You're nutting.
Oh, to cut again. So I'll give you this. Go into that room to cut and stand where Gumshoe and Carl are. You should be able to hear it in there.
Do you hear it? It's terrible.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it took a second, but I hear it too.
I love how you're all leaning in, like.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, what is that? I want to hear.
Sorry, no one else can see that.
We sound a little like going.
Yeah, everyone like turned their ear towards their camera.
Yeah.
We all did. We all was like, what?
Amazing.
Oh.
We're deep in this. Let's go.
Yeah, immersion, yes. Nikki, could you actually hear it?
No, I can't. I'm going to just exit the game and I'll come right back in.
Yeah, you can just refresh it and it should work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe refresh.
Did you hear the waves in the beginning?
No, I haven't had sound this entire session.
Oh, well, that's not good.
I did hear the waves when I drank the potion, though, that one time.
Yeah. You heard and felt.
Yeah.
Like, General, you're banned. That's a terrible pun.
Yeah, I'm still not getting anything.
Oh, there's a chest in here with a key symbol on it. Do you want to check it out?
Never mind. I
The only other
I
thing.
hear it now.
Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Cool. So you can hear some weird little chittering and stuff coming from the other side of the wall.
I hear the kobolds.
Yeah. Carl, do you speak Draconic?
Yes.
You do speak it.
Yes.
All right. You hear that chittering coming from the other side there. You can make it out as something about the boss's new pet. And you hear, like, intermixed in the chittering in there, there's something about the plans for the town above. But they're kind of far away enough that you're not getting everything. I love that.
Oh my god, they are really cute, actually. Yeah. That's amazing. This is really cool. That's so cool. Do we see the kobold finally who's playing the piano, though? Like,
oh, no, the maestro is off screen.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not actually here. I just want to hear them.
Yeah. All right, Carl, you were asking about the chest or someone else?
I told Takut that there's the chest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Okay. So, what are you doing with the chest to cut?
Well, just I'm going to look it over to see if I see any signs of.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check in there.
Yeah, I don't understand why perception is not the core skill.
Let's see. It should be under attributes, I think.
Yeah.
You find no traps.
Okay. Well, I had to open it, see if it's.
Okay. Okay.
Detect magic just went off in the room.
Yep, I saw that. That's Carl. Let's see. Carl, there is absolutely magic in the chest.
There's magic there. Be careful.
And Takak, you didn't find anything wrong with the chest. No traps or anything. Are you trying to open it up, or are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open it up. I just reread Trap Finder, which says I have a +1 AC against attacks made by traps. Still would have left me one short of that attack.
Okay. So yeah, you pop it open. It is not locked. Inside, you find a pile of coins, a rolled up piece of parchment, and a small glass box with a single emerald in it. The coins, after you count it out, would be 214 copper pieces, 22 silver pieces, and 3 gold. Hey, welcome in, Derpwood.
Have a party loot somewhere?
I just thought that someone else was doing party loot. This is a diffused responsibility sort of situation for me.
Yup.
Gumshoe's like, just have to go through the doors first. Someone else can keep track of the loot.
Yeah. Like, I'm good at counting up to 27, but we don't really know if Gumshoe can go beyond that. So
That's bad, right? Yeah.
I just had right.
14 copper, 3 gold, and
22 silver.
22 silver.
Yep. The piece of parchment is a scroll of magic missile.
And to my well-haired friend. Take a look at this glass box.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a little glass, like a display box for the single emerald that's in there.
Do I detect magic coming from it?
I don't believe so.
Where's the magic coming from the scroll?
It's from the scroll.
Oh. That makes sense.
Not magical. It's quite strange to have a emerald on display inside the chest.
No, it's pretty.
Just stashed there, you know?
I will take it out and examine it, see if I can get a value on the...
Bite it. Is it real?
Oh, don't bite it. Don't bite it.
I have to bite you, right? Like, are you real?
Yes, it works. That's why I said
This is setting a dangerous precedent here. Takut just wandering through a dungeon, biting everything to see if it's an illusion or not.
I have bitten the door. It is real.
It isn't. The door bites you back.
Ceiling bit me.
Hey guys, you've been very distracted, and there's a lever over here. Was there not on this contraption in this room? You said there were some knobs and some things that could be pushed or twisted.
Yeah, and I have to find that kobold voice because it's a little loud.
Really?
Let's see. Where are you, kobold voice?
I love the sound of these guys. I love them so much.
It's great, actually. It's really good.
I do love them. There it is. Cool.
So immersive,
Whoops.
actually. It's fantastic.
I'm going to turn it just a wee bit down. Okay, there we go. He was getting louder for some reason. All right.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you do see the massive contraption of different gears and pulleys. And as you're Gumshoe, you're talking about this to cut. You actually notice what looks like a where'd it go? Like a lever sticking out of the back of the chest.
Okay. Did I get a value on the emerald?
Oh, you did not. I'm sorry. It would be. I think there's a skill check for it, isn't there? Is there?
Got your like jeweler's eyepiece.
Let's see, intimidation, diplomacy. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something special you get later on through a different feat or something. Let's go with thievery for right now.
Oh, sure.
Let's see if you've stolen anything else that has a similar feel to it. You'd think that this little emerald that you found is somewhere in like the 25 to 75 gold piece range.
Range. Okay.
So you get a big old range with that roll. Yeah.
Great. Can I figure out what this lever does?
You take a look and try to figure out what's going on there. And this one is a crafting check.
Oh.
Hefty.
Lots of checks in here.
All the checks.
13?
I can't apparently get above a 6 today.
I know.
Not
You
sure.
have hero points.
You do have hero points.
Oh yeah.
Which, chat, you can always re-up the hero points for these wonderful adventures. They are in the channel point redemptions.
That's an excellent point. This is a terrific spot to use a hero point. To add thing.
Just lets you re-roll, and then you have to take the new roll.
Well,
That's better.
Much better.
All right. So
Nice.
you're just about to get up and walk away, and part of the lever kind of catches your eye. You could realize that this mechanism looks like it controls a trap out in the next room.
I pull that lever.
Okay. You hear a clank sound kind of echo out in the other room. But outside of that seems like it's it.
They're still
Back?
yapping. No,
Right?
change.
Like,
Oh, it stops for a hot second when they hear the sound, and it picks back up. It must have been the wind.
Classic.
And it often sounds like metallic heavy things falling from the sky.
Right.
right? So, close the lid. Well, first I'll put the lever back where I found it.
Well, like you're putting it back in the position that it was in. Just think of like one big lever that's kind of hanging out of the back of the chest. You moved it to one position and you heard the clank. So are you resetting it to where you found it?
Yes.
Okay.
If I started off by pulling it, then I'm now going to try to push it back.
All right. Then you hear the clank again in the other room.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. You guys hearing this?
No.
I pull it again.
No.
Oh my gosh.
We don't know what that does.
Looking through the cracks, do I see anything in the other room?
Let me see what Carl sees. Carl, yeah, you see nothing.
Also, just to be... So there's the lever on the back of the chest, and then there's, like, the contraption with, like, buttons or something on it that does not have a lever as well?
That one, the big contraption at the end of the room there,
Yeah.
that is a massive contraption of gears and pulleys that looks like the inner workings of some unseen device. That was the description for it.
Gotcha.
And then this
Maybe-
lever to cut appears to operate something different, maybe.
Toy. It appears to be a toy.
Yeah, just clunk, clunk, clunk.
Maybe we should find out what both of these do before we do anything. Yeah?
Does that contraption disappear into the floor, or like how does it? Is it self-contained in this room, or does it go into the roof, or does it go into a wall, or is it?
That's a good question. Let us see.
Oh, Bozzy, that sounds very wise. As I pull the lever again.
Clonk.
She's behind Carl and like can't reach you, but is sitting in the back like, stop it, stop it.
Trying to slap him away from it.
Extend her staff to try and whap you, but cannot reach.
Looking you straight in the eyes as I push it again.
Like a cat. So
If Carl does move, Bozzy absolutely walks up and whaps you in the wrist.
I love it. So it's not. It doesn't say. I'm gonna say it just looks like it's going down somewhere into the floor, or rather that it's coming up out of the floor. It doesn't say whether it disappears into the floor or ceiling or anything, so I'm just gonna say it comes up from the floor.
Okay, is there like between like the gears, and is there like belts or anything that are connecting the gears, or like can I like I might just like take a gear off so it doesn't work anymore.
So there's no belts between the gears, it's just interlocked gears. There are the pulleys though. The pulleys look like that would be the thing, unless you want to try to stop the gears from turning somehow. The pulleys look like probably the easiest thing you could mess up.
And this
They currently turning?
yeah, did it move when you kind of pulled the lever at all? Like, does this?
Double checking. Yeah, I'll say that they're going just very slowly. It's not like a high powered steam engine. It's just I think more of like a large clock. It's slowly turning here.
Should we break this? I'm just gonna say
No.
No. We need to figure out what it is first.
We should look in the next room and then maybe see if there's answers there, because it seems like some of the mechanisms here control maybe things that are out there.
Well, it just seems like there's a lot of traps. So if this is part of a trap, you're going to be regretting this plan later.
Correct. However, he made friends with all those kobolds that are yammering out there, so maybe you can ask them.
Yes, that might be a potential, but I just overheard them talking about a pet and having some sort of plans for the town. And generally, that's not a positive thing for kobolds.
That's a little judgmental. They've got, I mean,
Do you speak to... You can go ask them, Gumshoe, if you so wish.
So
Okay.
go ahead, sorry.
Bozzy. So Gumshoe's looking for a way to break the machine. Bozzy, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
This chat might have actually seen something that you guys didn't.
I watched them cross, but I didn't know it was like.
If your token can see it, you can see it.
Okay, then I saw that.
Yeah, then you don't need a perception check.
Okay. Kind of want to roll one just to see
Okay.
how good she would notice. But for some reason, I don't see it in my drop downs, which is strange. Unless I'm looking at
Attributes.
perception, right? Am I blind?
It's the very first one right under attributes.
I'm looking at skills. I'm a dingus. I did it. Okay.
Okay, so
There's no act.
you know the red bar on the left-hand side of your character sheet? Under your armor class is perception.
Yep. It's there too.
There it is. Look at that. Nice and easy. Oh, no, that's initiative. Don't click that. Please don't click that. Okay. Type is required? What do you mean? Ability? Just ability, I guess? I don't know. I'm just rolling. Just please let me roll.
Just let me roll.
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry.
All right. We're learning. It's okay.
I don't know why it's saying there's no active encounter when I click on it.
That's for the if it's for the initiative.
The other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one. You got it. You got it.
I did it. I did it.
So yeah,
I'm a
Bozzy, you
professional.
can do with the 19 as you want because you did see what was out there.
Yes.
They're moving around. They're doing something. It looks like.
Do they look like they were carrying anything, or were they just skittering back and forth?
Just looked like he was looking around, like kind of patrolling around, and then every time the lever got pulled again, it was like looking over to try to see what was going on.
Can you pull out lever one more time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's on it.
Just once.
She's gonna see what direction they seem to walk in when the lever is pulled.
Okay. So he pulls it. You guys hear the big clunk again, and oh, dang, it's gonna keep zooming you in, or me in, rather. We're gonna see if we can. You didn't see anything there, did you? Or did you? It keeps
something.
Okay. It keeps zooming out, so I can't tell what it's showing on the stream view. But yeah.
Oh no,
You would see something cross over to the left, and he's kind of wandering around over there, looking around.
Okay, well, it looks like the sound's coming from the left, and so they go to the left every time we pull that. So whatever mechanism it is, left side of the room. So if they're gonna plan something for the town, that's probably a no-no. Do we want to start this encounter through trickery by way of Carl the Dragon Man again, and then spring an attack or something, or do we want to I don't know, what should we do? Also, he can ask them about the contraptions maybe before we spring an attack.
And also, I want to ask to cut real fast. How many times did you push or pull the lever?
So you know that Beastie Boys song that starts off going dink 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 dink. I was trying to make.
If you're doing that, I need you to count for me every one of those dink dink dinks.
God.
If you were moving that lever to that beat, you get to count all of those and tell me.
24.
24?
Yeah, and then she had me do it one more time for a 25th pull. So the lever is now in the position it wasn't in when we started.
Okay, perfect. All right. So
I want to look at the lid. You said something about a key on the lid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just a symbol of the key on top of there.
Symbol of a key.
Are there any symbols on the contraption?
Doesn't look like it, no.
I'll go take a look at the contraption now, see if I can make heads or tails of it.
Okay, and then
what it's worth.
Bozzy, before I had him count the dinks, you were, I think, asking a question.
Fucking super gone. I have no idea.
I'm sorry.
No, please don't apologize. I don't remember. No, I don't know. She was asking the team, and that's, I'm assuming, where her train of thought stopped.
Surprise! Are we going to do a surprise? Do we want to surprise them?
But I think surprise is more like, do we surprise after we get information, or do we surprise? I think it might be worth asking if they know a thing or two.
I feel like the party just entirely looks at Carl right now.
Yeah, I'm staring at Carl.
I'm staring towards Carl.
I like all three heads.
This is all you, bro.
All three heads slowly turn to Carl and look for advice.
All the animals stare at the human.
You know what, guys? Carl, I want you to think long and hard about your response here as we go ahead and take a break.
That was perfect.
Carl.
That was good. Yeah. That kills people.
We will go ahead and we'll take a 10-minute break real quick so we can go to the bathroom, get a drink, grab a snack, whatever. So chat, thanks for hanging out with us, and just hold tight for 10 minutes. Listen to some fun music on the BRB screen, and we'll be right back.
Bye.
There we go. And we're back. How goes it, everybody? Thanks for hanging out, chat, while we took a quick break. Very much appreciated. Virtual Viking, welcome in. Goblin Tuesday, welcome in. Fico Man, welcome in. Thank you guys for stopping in on the break, nonetheless. Thank you very much. They did. They solved the puzzle really quickly, I might add. Yeah, that was awesome. So they are currently in this little room, pulling a lever, pushing and pulling a lever, exactly 25 times, and trying to figure out what to do about the kobold that's wandering around patrolling in the other room. Ibellan Knights, welcome in. Why is Rev still alive? Because we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Because Rev has friends.
Rev's friends are keeping him alive.
Surprise!
No. We did a puzzle and a trap and some RP so far. So, Takut was the one that set off the trap. He took the rocks to the head damage. That's really it so far. But yeah, you guys, when we left for break, were trying to decide what to do about the kobolds in the other room. The kobolds that Chad, I think you can hear. That there's at least one patrolling around, but you know that he was talking to one other one. We're talking about the boss's plans, or the boss's pet rather, and the plans for the town above. Thanks to Carl, who randomly speaks Draconic.
Randomly.
And we were discussing Carl possibly going in first to get some answers before we spring an attack. And he's
Carl,
very confident about it.
Do you want to do your amp up thing where you talk to yourself first, or are you just going to go right in there and start talking to all the kobolds?
Oh no, I need to talk to my great uncle Marvin. Give me a moment. I'm going to use my focus spell again to talk to Marvin the Mad to get deception as a class skill once more.
All right.
So I spent a minute there talking in the corner.
Learning to lie.
I'm going to take a look at this other device while he's doing that.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Takut looking at the device.
Just watching. Are you waiting for him to try to steal something else?
No, I think she's just kind of curious to see how it works.
Okay.
It is genuinely concerned that he might have rocks fall on his head again.
I'm also gonna watch Carl talk to his uncle, in a weird kind of way where you're looking over someone's shoulder while they're reading a book, sort of thing.
Okay. So
big frog eyes.
So Bozzy, you would see Takut kind of looking over this at first, I think, and then is Takut one that would get distracted by pulleys, essentially thick rope pulleys, or thick ropes attached to the pulleys?
Heavy nodding.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Furious nodding.
Okay.
Yes.
So
absolutely distracted. Yes.
Bozzy, he is fascinated by the pulleys, the ropes that are on these pulleys. This is a brand new invention to him. Super distracted. Well, he's checking that out. Gumshoe standing on your tiptoes, trying to look over Carl's shoulder. Carl, what does Gumshoe hear?
A lot of muttering currently in Draconic. No responses, just a lot of muttering, and then sometimes a affirmation nod, and then it very much looks like I'm asking questions and then receiving information, but there's no information coming.
Would Carl think, or would Gumshoe think Carl's batshit insane?
Yeah, he has questions for sure. He did watch Carl blast that spider, so not a whole lot of judgment happening here. Just very interested, being like, okay. Do you hear Marvin now? Sort of thing. Is Marvin in the room right now with us?
If I will turn to Gumshoe and my eyes will be glowing bright blue.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna give you some space, I think.
You will hear Gumshoe. Who is this little one?
This is.
He'll blink a couple times and turn back to the corner and keep talking.
Gumshoe's gonna just freeze for a minute and be like, "Oh, I see. You are Marvin and Carl."
It's Carvin the Casual.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Well, right now it's carving the Majul.
All right.
I was going to say Marvin the casual, but sure.
This is Mad Marvin.
Marvin the Mad.
There we go.
Moderately creeped a little bit. That was a little intense. I think Gumshoe's just gonna kind of stroll out of the room and back to the hallway. Just kind of hang out there.
Just like he came in.
Yeah, just sort of like, kind of like kicking rocks on the ground. Just waiting for everyone to do their thing. Looking back to me in a bit.
Gonna get very confused looks from Bozzy.
Yeah.
And the two tall ones in here are one's talking to itself, the other one is fascinated by the ropes on the pulleys.
So are you done? What's going on?
Staring at Carl.
Yeah, so I'll finish talking in the corner, and then I'll be like, all right. I think I have at least a start to a plan. Did you figure out anything with this contraption?
I don't think we should.
Is the cut still staring at the ropes?
I mean, watching them, the paths that they follow, and just trying to figure out, like, what, if anything, this thing actually does, and contemplating sticking a dagger in it.
Okay. There's your crafting check for 16. There's nothing in here that really gives away what this machine is for.
Definitely stab one of the ropes near a pulley so that the dagger goes to the rope and then gets fed up into the pulley to like up it, cut it, or whatever.
It goes up in the pulley. You're breaking the rope, right? Like you're cutting it with the dagger? Or you're stabbing the dagger into it?
Yeah, stabbing the dagger through the rope,
yep.
Right?
Okay.
So that it goes up and then the dagger hits the next pulley and it can't go through it.
Okay, I got you. It zips up, hits the pulley, and doesn't come out right away. You hear a little bit of grinding in the machine, and then the rope goes back down with the dagger in it and comes back up. And this time when the dagger hits it, it falls out.
Dagger does?
Yeah. Like it gets dislodged once it hits the pulley.
Okay. So it's not going constantly in one direction, it's going like back and forth.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, all right, I'll cut it.
Okay. That was all the confirmation he needed. All right. So you cut the rope and you immediately hear the machine makes a weird sound, and you can see like a little corner, the cogs in the corner where you're at, they get hung up and they're no longer, that's the 5-foot safety step. Those cogs are no longer turning. The machine doesn't sound so great. Carl also takes a 5-foot safety step.
Gumshoe will come back in the room and be like, hold on, did you break the machine? I thought we were told we shouldn't do that.
Doing that sounded like a bad idea, so I figured I'd just go.
Okay. Yes.
But there's still some other ropes that are still going?
Yeah.
I'll cut those two.
No,
Okay.
not what. Can we wait? Can we wait?
So somebody trying to stop to cut from cutting ropes?
Gumshoe said I'll help. Yeah. He's my pal. We do things together. This is, he cuts ropes, I cut ropes.
This is that whole, if your friend dropped off a bridge, would you too? And
yeah.
Absolutely. They jumped off for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
In this
Once
case,
she realizes that they are going to do that, she's just looking through the crack in the door and just seeing what happens in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when all the ropes are cut here, between Tacut and Gumshoe just causing chaos, this whole machine starts making a very loud clunking and chugging noise. This machine's not doing well, and whoever's looking out there, you would see little friendo
Incoming.
little friendo in here is very interested in all the sounds coming from inside this room.
Can we hide? Can we hide? Can we hide? Does Bozzy give us a heads up? Or does Bozzy just run?
She said incoming numerous times.
Yep.
She said incoming.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's hide. Let's hide.
Is that a rock?
Yeah, that is a rock.
As he approaches, I will like kind of step to be avoiding the crack and be like, Karkuth, the man's.
Now, I heard the question of if that's a rock first. So
No, I'm not gonna interrupt his. He's gonna do his thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that. I just wanted I'm just noticing my assets.
Your surroundings.
Yes. So you can expect that if something goes down, yes, that's probably the first thing I'm gonna throw.
Okay.
Yeah, Gumshoe's going to run around the corner and draw his blade. So if anyone comes through the door,
Okay.
that he's ready with an attack, or to discombobulate at the very least.
All right. Discombobulate him with a blade.
The not pointy sword. There's two ends of that.
No, I just liked it, discombobulate him for good, permanently.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Discombobulate.
Yeah. Is eviscerated. That means discombobulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, sorry, Rev, back to what you were saying. I just wanted to make sure that Takut wasn't going to immediately start things out there with a rock to the dome. Another rock to the dome.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will Interconic and like staying out of the crack lines, like staying between different cracks so that if he like put his eye all the way up, he wouldn't see anything. And yeah, I say, Karkuth demands answers. The Thunder Lord.
Oh. He's looking around in there. He's trying to look through the cracks, but it's kind of his head. It's not really a great shape to like look headlong into it. So he's turning his head to the side and trying to put one eye in there. Karkuth.
Karkuth, the great blue dragon, Thunder Lord.
All right, and this is where I call for a deception check from you.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Did he say cuddle?
Kettle.
He did say cuddle.
All right.
I will use a hero point.
Okay.
You got this. You got this.
You don't have to.
I don't have to, you're right.
But he should. Let's go. Let's go.
Here,
That's why you use them.
Karkuth? Is it you? For real? Kind of bouncing around, like looking in there. He looks a little bit excited.
I use there we go. I use ghost sounds to create like a small thunderclap in just around him.
Okay, like right on the other side of him, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And like the flap of dragon wings.
Okay.
Blue light from the torch, is that penetrating through these holes in the wall as well?
You know what? For a fact, yes. Yeah, I like it. That's a good call. Also, your blue light from all the blue. These are all the detect magics Carl's been leaving in his wake.
I leave detect magic in my wake.
You do. Lady Mustela just gave you another hero point, Rev.
I know.
Okay.
Back up to 2.
Back up to 2. All right, so give me a second. Let me figure out. Are you trying to frighten him or just get your point across?
Just that putting the majesty behind everything. A great dragon speaking to him. It just wouldn't be a voice in a wall.
So some intimidation
All around him.
So, he immediately, between the thunder, the glowing blue torch that's coming out from the wall here, he doesn't know it's a torch, and like the sound of the wings you added to it too. He's panicking, like looking around. He drops down to his knees. I serve. What I do? Can't hear. He's like holding his ears now. That big old boom that you put through there.
Mm-hmm. As it dies down, though, there's still like it sounds like distant flapping of wings, and that's what the ghost sounds kind of just leave. And occasionally, like a light growl, draconic growl.
Okay.
To accompany my speaking. Karkuth has plans for this town.
He kind of holds one hand off his ears. Oh, we too have plans. Yes. Big plans.
Wishes to know your plans so you don't interfere with the great design.
Steelfish? Let Master's pet loose. Big plans.
What is steelfish?
It's a metal fish. We still fish.
Has Carl heard any? Oh, steel.
It's great.
Poor Carl and all of his books.
That takes 1 point of psychic damage from that.
Right?
Oh my god.
Heavy metal
What
fish.
do you feed it to?
I don't know, Master. No, let's see. Very big. Much noise.
Where is this master?
Go ahead and make another intimidation check. You're asking for more info.
That's not as good.
It says, I don't talk, Master. Karkuth, good, great. I have to go. Can't answer. He disappears around the corner, and you swear you can hear him, like, not quite sobbing, but maybe in hysterics around the corner.
Hit him before he makes it around the corner.
You sure can. Here, I'll bring him back so you can target him.
I'll whisper.
Whoops.
Whisper, tell him to come back.
So, as he throws the rock, I will create another thunderclap with ghost sounds.
Okay.
Do not leave my presence.
And then... So you're not sure as he's like disappears around the corner, but you see the rock, which I love that we got to see the projectile go from to cut. He's technically throwing this rock up here. You see the rock disappear in a nice rock on scales, like thunk, ow, from around the corner. 4 damage.
Hold on. Pretty sure he was flat-footed against me, right?
Yeah, he was.
And dead.
Oh my goodness.
For another 3 damage. Oh, right. I just gotta hit the button. Oops. Okay. You hear some whimpering around the corner. He's not... He's not dead. Yeah! Karkuth! He's just a little
Does
guy.
it count with the spell attack? That's nuts.
Yeah. When he can't defend itself. Check a creature that has a flat-footed condition with agile or a range unarmed attack. Extra 1d6 precision damage. And
It's a thrown weapon.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it's a spell attack. I mean, look, I'm happy for you to get extra damage. This is me trying to understand this system. It's not me trying to like.
Oh no, this is all of us trying to.
I apologize.
This is me double checking it to make sure. But at this point, he's done it so far the whole dungeon. So I'll look into it. And if somebody in the chat knows the system and we're doing it wrong, as long as you're not a dick, go ahead and tell us. Like. Finding that path. Yep. So, you guys have initiated some things, and that usually entails initiative. So, I'm gonna have you guys roll in just a second. Get those guys there. You guys can handle this however you want, but there is combat has been initiated with throwing of the rock. So go ahead and give me your initiative roll to cut, and Bozzy, you can probably roll it with stealth if you'd like.
Oh. Okay. I see. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Don't mind if I do.
Nice.
I don't see an option to roll.
So if you have your token selected, it should be under...
Nope.
Let's see.
Can I roll initiative with deception?
Sure. Go ahead.
It's one of the options.
Yeah. Absolutely was not doubting you. I was just laughing at rolling initiative with deception. Oh, maybe it's because it's already selected. Actually, where? Oh, Gumshoe's out there. Okay. That was why I didn't see you.
There I am.
There you go. Cool. Got it. All right. So we have initiative there, and let me go ahead and roll that and that.
Ooh, private.
That's not me purposely doing that. It was how they have it set up in here. So we'll see.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's really neat, actually.
I do like.
Yeah, exactly. We
Everything's
don't need to know. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
everything's
cool.
all set up in here for you guys. So I will remind you too that for the combat tracker, you guys can go in and hit the cross swords button at the top right above the game chat. Right click it and it'll pop out your combat tracker. That way you can have the game chat open to see your rolls and the combat tracker at the same time.
Love it.
Wait, so.
And boom, there we go. Should be on screen. Yeah, awesome. All right, so we have a couple things happening before Bozzy goes.
Oh, shit.
Because they are not on there. Yep.
Uh-huh.
We got a 24 and 22. Most impressive.
Carl gonna get steamrolled.
Yeah, go out the door first, Carl.
Let's keep the tank in the back.
So after the rock hits and the whimpering starts, you would hear from across the way, "Hey, what is that? What are you doing over there?" And you just hear the whimpering. Karkuth, you hit me. You hit me. There's something I didn't see where. And he's just like holding I don't think anybody can see him, but he's holding his head, like rubbing it. Nobody can see him. Okay. I was going to say something else, but nobody can see him over there. So you hear Carl, you hear something about get ready and over there, but you have no idea where over there means. Let's see, this person, got to look up real fast.
Oh boy. This person.
This person.
Oh boy.
Maybe I said that on purpose. Huh?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Okay. So, does this... Taking a look at their actions... It'd be really cool if this actually worked. No, that's damage. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do.
Uh-oh.
Oh, throwing it?
No. I'm not throwing it. I was trying to see if it would place a template down, and it does not. So I am going to double check.
Guys, don't go in there. I think there's some traps.
I will tell you there are traps.
All right. Our characters don't know that. We're going to go in there. It's just how it's going to go.
I'm surprised we didn't just break it. We broke everything else in that room.
Oh.
Yeah, the one main machine is broke. Yeah, nothing good happened to that machine.
Can't wait till we
Better
go
or for
deeper
worse?
into this dungeon and there's like a giant door that we can't open anymore because we just destroyed the
Broke everything
levers.
here.
Right. No, you can't get to all those riches and rubies in there. It's a shame. Yeah. All right, I'm picking 2 spots here. Actually, I'm gonna try one more thing. Sorry, this is taking a second.
Always another
We're
way.
learning. We're all learning.
Exactly.
5 EDMs, learning Pathfinder 2.
And learning how to operate it inside of Foundry as well.
Which has been actually quite a joy. I'm not going to lie. This has been fantastic.
It has been awesome. Can I
Especially the music.
Music's great.
Can I bring this out? There we go. All right, I got it. I figured it out.
Yay! We believed in you.
I'm glad someone did, because I was worried I wouldn't be able to put it down at all. All right, there's that one. And there's that one. All right. And you might ask, why weren't these placed ahead of time? It's because there's absolutely a chance that they don't get to be placed, depending on the level of murder hobo-ness. All right, so this person is going to...
What level are we? Like red or yellow or 7?
They're
Midnight?
very basic murder herbos, really. Like,
So like turquoise.
Let's see, this one...
Does anyone have eyes on anything?
right there.
You're
see
the only
you.
one who might. Yeah.
I have no eyes on anything.
Okay.
I see a
Ah.
big room.
I ended up in the back. I don't really know how that happened.
Oh, you ran when Carl did creepy shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
Bozzy,
wasn't
you are...
Carl I was talking to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, it's Marvin.
Yes. So she just... She didn't probably hear much then, right? Because she's out there. She heard Carl talking.
Mhm.
And then kind of silence-ish on our side, right? And then maybe some crying from a kobold, like sobbing.
You would have heard
some noises.
Yeah, you would have heard the cries of a kobold, and maybe that's our episode title for this one. And then you would have heard some more kobold speech, like further somewhere in the room.
Okay. I think, like, seeing that, I don't know, that nothing has bust through, but we're also not busting through, she'll kind of, like, take a step forward and just look at Carl and be like,
What's happening? What's happening? Is it a spring attack time?
Seem to be prepping for something. They're making plans. I don't know.
In our direction?
Because I don't see anything get thrown in my view cone, right?
yeah.
Or anything.
No,
Nothing happens in my view cone.
nope.
Surprised. Is this touch? No, it is 30 feet. Okay, good. I think hearing that, she's just gonna be like, okay, have a guidance. Because I don't know what's going to happen to you.
On to cutter me.
No, Carl.
I love that
And
she already plans on something happening to you. They just don't know what.
he's right in front of that door. I'm so scared it's gonna get like knocked down. There's gonna be like a bear on the other side or something.
So to clarify, the door is up here. You guys are behind a wall with little thin shafts of light coming through, like little, like almost arrow slit kind of cracks.
Okay. Gotcha. So he was talking through the slits of this wall. Got it.
Yep.
Okay,
then,
I thought there was another door there. Super. Okay, great. So they're going to come.
Blue flame was like behind him, adding to the imagery of like,
correct.
If the kobold could see through there.
And you probably still hear dragon wings because I haven't stopped sustaining it.
Right.
Gotcha. I thought there were like slots behind or beside the door and such. Okay, makes sense. Got it. Still worried about it. You get that guidance no matter what. How does holding actions work in here? Because I just used one for my guidance. Can I use my other two to hold something else?
I think holding actions is 2. I think it's 2 actions to ready.
Fantastic. I have 2 left. I'm going to relocate. I was here, so I moved 5 feet this way, so it's 5 feet back. And then I'm going to scooch 10, 15, 20. She's going to hold her action to daze anyone if they come through that door.
Perfect. Okay.
And that's it.
Then we got to cut.
Yes. I'm going to ready to bring another rock. If I see somebody within
Rock
30 feet, rock a clock. To there. Everybody comes through there. They're getting whacking.
All right. So anybody pretty much walks between the any of the pillars there, they're getting smacked with a rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Carl.
All right. I will keep sustaining the ghost sounds in the next room. And
Sustaining the ghost sounds.
Yep.
I will have it switch to a large draconic roar. But I have no sight on anything. I know the crying kobold's like just around the corner. Can I tell how far in the other voices were?
Definitely further in the room. Not
like right side or left side?
Right side, sorry.
At the very least. Right side, so they're all, it sounds like all the voices are on the right.
Right. Correct.
I'm not a high enough spellcaster for this.
What, level 1 isn't high enough?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You just want to throw a fireball somewhere in there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You just want to murder all the kobolds, I see.
You're forcing this.
I will not force this.
Because I can see in there.
There's another one.
I will find out what magic is in there.
Nice.
This whole map is going to be Kool-Aid blue by the time you're done with it.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
See if it makes any pings for me to register where something might be.
There are no pings going off in here.
None of the kobolds have any magic? Okay.
I mean, they're
Rude.
kobolds. What do you expect?
Kobolds can have magic?
Yeah, these ones don't.
Okay. I'll look to cut and just kind of shrug at this point.
Dead kobolds and flash fried fish. Yeah.
And yeah, that's 2 actions cast detect magic. I'll keep the sustain on. There's nothing to cast with a single. Actually, I know. I have to check message. Do I have to actually be able to see the target?
For which thing?
Message.
Historically, no.
Yeah, I don't think you need to, but who knows?
In the previous editions, I just...
Let's see what message is.
Mouth words quietly.
Let's see. Auditory cantrip. Illusion. Linguistic mental. Cool. Let's see. Others can't hear your words any better than you know. response. Reaction or free action if they wish, but they must be able to see you and be within range to do so.
So they have to see me to be able to respond.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't say
necessarily.
it doesn't say a target you can see, so I'm going with you can talk to it. It can't talk to you back.
Then I will cast message to our crying kobold. And speak again as Karkuth. Hold, little one, for my emissaries are about to enter. They are your friends. You can be my chosen.
Yeah, he can't respond back to you. Mm-hmm. You hear sobbing stop for a hot second. And then you hear it start going again. You hit me. Crying again.
Sorry for laughing. Oh my god! I know. It makes me laugh. I just feel I'm not an evil person, but it's so adorable and cute and sad. I just giggle.
This adorable thing is crying, and Nikki's like, hilarious.
It's all right, Cruella. It's fine.
It's all right. But that is all my actions.
And now we get to see just how evil Gumshoe wants to be here, because it's Gumshoe's turn.
Gumshoe is just going to dart across the hallway, and I don't know how much of everything he's heard, but like anything that Carla said, it's been in Draconic. So
Yep.
Gumshoe's like, so I saw Bozzy panic. What's the plan? It feels like we're at an impasse. Are they going to come in here and attack us, and then we spring the trap, or are we going in there and they're springing the trap? I mean, I've got an idea. I'll raise my shield. I'll run really fast. That should do something. Unless you guys got a better plan, because this plan is it feels like we could brainstorm a bit more. I just am sort of in that phase.
I would suggest the former over the latter.
Which one was that?
It's a perfect response for Gumshoe.
In here and wait for them.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes. Let's funnel them in here if we can.
Got it. Okay. Yes. Gumshoe will just sort of ready himself in the doorway to like spring a sneak attack, essentially, though that's not one of his skills, when a kobold walks past the hallway, if it comes through the door.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good plan.
Okay, so go back up to the top. Let me see what this one has. All right. So, this one go. Oh god, it's bouncing everywhere. Why is it bouncing back to you guys? I don't understand.
I do appreciate every time it's the kobold's time. It just turns into Andrew going, "What's happening? Why is it zooming in?"
Just panic.
All the players just sitting in silence.
I think it's because you guys can't see it, or it's not on the initiative tracker. I don't know, but the stream view thing just keeps bouncing back and forth between you guys when the kobold's moving. It's weird.
I like it. It mirrors their panic. I feel like it's like they're both like, "Oh, what do we do?"
You know what?
Hearing voices. Oh my god.
I like it, and we're gonna go with that. Let's see. So this one. This one is just, nobody can see it, I don't think, right? Let's see. Yeah,
I can't see it.
Not hidden. Yeah, I don't think anybody can see it. I was just making sure that, wait, no. Who is that? Who did I click on? Yeah, nobody can see it. And I don't think it's invisible or anything. So, you hear
Headmaster.
Hey! You in there! Come out. Come out. We know who's in there. And you hear I don't want to say. You'll hear like the rustling of equipment, and that's it. Like that's all you would really know about it. Let's go here. Oh, cool. I see what it's doing. It's cutting off as soon as they disappear. So, not knowing better, this kobold wanders into the middle with a spear raised, like he's going to whip this at somebody, which would trigger to cut stone.
Mm-hmm.
13. 13 misses it.
Even if he's like flat-footed, yeah.
Yeah. 13 still miss it.
Already then.
Go ahead, spend that hero point. How many are you at now?
I'm not spinning a hero. I only have one left.
Okay.
And
And he remembers the whole, like, you can spend at least, or no less than one hero point to bring yourself back from dying, so.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
making
forgot
sure he
about
keeps
that.
one.
Yep. Same.
All right. So he sees as this rock go whipping by, ducks back behind the... Whoops, I'm clicking on the wrong screen. Awesome. He ducks back behind the pillar. Wow! That was close! They're throwing rocks! And the next one... You see him... Let's see.
that rock would have come like from the other direction at him.
Yeah, in the middle of the room.
Whoops, that was the wrong token. My God, I'm bad. All right.
Okay, no, you're not.
15, 20. There we go. You see the one like run across the front of this, and this one is holding its head. You can see blood pouring down the back of its head, where it got tagged with the rock. The sobs turn into like labored breathing when he gets to the other side. You can hear him slam against the wall, like he's I don't know, doing some kind of tactical maneuver over there. And he slams up against the wall. Then you guys can hear very loudly a door creak open. Gumshoe, it'd be closest to you, and it is Bozzy's turn.
Okay. I don't see anything, so I it just opens but nothing comes through from what Bozzy has seen. Okay. She's gonna like scooch up for a second. I just, like from this angle could kind of barely see Gumshoe and to cut. Like I think we all heard the door, but I think she's still gonna be like just pointing frantically. I think she's gonna hold her 2 action points. She's also going to use... Actually, she's going to use one initially. Cast a shield on herself.
Okay.
And then she will hold for another days if any of them come in.
So go
or
ahead.
any of them are visible.
Go ahead and drag. You see over in the chat where it says spell effect shield. There you go. Then you get the nifty little effect, and it should add in to your AC and everything.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then what was the last thing you're doing, sorry?
I'm just holding my... Oh, I'm sorry. I scooched up 1, so actually that would have taken one of mine. So she'll stay there and still prepare the days.
Okay. Cool.
I forgot that movement is part of my action.
Yeah, and it's a little weird. It takes the whole action even if you only move 1 square.
Yeah.
To cut. Hanging out down by this wall.
Yeah. Well, I can over. So, I got an angle on them.
Yeah, you can just barely see out that crack. The poor little guy hiding behind the wall over there.
So, if the rock that I hit him with is still like over here,
It's down the other way.
okay, all right.
You monster.
I know. But is there another? I can.
Yeah, there's rocks all over the place. You also have a
Okay.
2 200 and some odd copper pieces that you just found.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good. All right, here comes.
The music went silent, waiting for the attack.
Yeah, seriously.
All right,
Oh.
that one misses too.
Oh,
Hooray.
whiff.
Oof.
And spend that last hero point.
It's just raining
no.
rocks. Get out of here. Get out of here. So DM out here trying to make sure he dies.
Pretty much.
So you can hear the sharp crack as the stone completely misses the kobold and hits the pillar. And now you can see him like duck and get down below your line of sight because like the little crack that you're looking out is up higher on the wall. So now you'd be unable to see him really at all. He's ducked back there. He's down and he's behind this chunk of wall. Let's see. You moved and you threw the stone. Is that all three?
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Gumshoe.
Oh. Did Carl go?
Did I skip? Oh, wait. I think I know what happened. All right. Carl, I lied. It's your turn.
He's just trying to skip me. It's all good. I understand.
Nope, it was the...
You don't actually have sight on this guy anymore? Or do I at least see, like, a tail?
You could probably see, like, his spear sticking out around the corner. But he's the kobold himself is ducked down and plastered against the wall after almost getting hit with another rock.
Okay. I think we gotta throw diplomacy out the window at this point.
Now?
I tried.
Hey, I was
I
going
gave it
along
my
with
best.
it.
I gave it my best.
So I unlock my true potential.
Oops.
Oh man, I don't know. I can't do much right now without actually being in there.
Go out through the door.
Yeah, I know.
You can see a lot more out there.
Yeah, sure.
Send Carl out the front door, yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
First, that guidance will save you from anything.
Yeah.
Those
You got
frosted
it.
tip or frosted roots are good.
There's the Slayer now.
Yeah.
I will put one of my hands over one of the cracks into the room. Having my eyes looking through another, or like kind of just a little back so I can see through it, and then I have in my other offhand the scroll of magic missile.
Okay.
And I will hold my action to cast magic missile because all I need is line of sight.
Cool. All right. Then that brings us back to Gumshoe. Now it's your actual turn.
Grimshire.
I think given Bozzy's reaction, Gumshoe's just gonna wait it out until he sees Kobold come into his line of sight and then stab.
Okay.
He does have a shield raised, so he's got a shield out and short sword out. But yeah, he's waiting. As I'm looking at Bozzy, going like shh, as Bozzy's like pointing and freaking out. So just like.
Correct.
Like do we know? Mate? Hold on.
Oh, second thoughts?
Oh.
She's just going to go for it?
You know what? I was kicking some little stones earlier when Marvin was talking to me through Carl.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pick up one of those little stones very quietly and just like sort of like drop it right at my feet. Just quietly enough. Just like a little like you know how stones sound. Not
Making
like
noise.
that at all,
Yeah.
but they sound like stones.
You know, stones sound like stones.
Yeah.
We've all thrown rocks.
And the stone on stones, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like a little pebble drop sort of thing. And then he's going to wait and see if that...
You're trying to get the kobold's attention, or...
yeah, just kind of lure one in.
I thought you were like
Just
tossing...
not enough sound for it to feel like there's a lot of people here, but like enough sound to be like there might be somebody hiding there.
Okay. I kind of, for a second there, thought you were just trying to hook up to cut with more ammo.
No. But still got my spider corn horn.
All right. so we'll go over here and we'll go this and here. Oh, probably doesn't hear it. This one like clearly knows that there's someone in there already, but he doesn't hear the pebble. He's probably too busy, like worrying about taking another one to the head. And that whoever is down here in this area, he's pretty worried about that. Make a
Gumshoe will wink and give a thumbs up to his crew.
Make a deception check.
I think I'm supposed to be good at that, actually.
I wish the best for you.
Why are you good at that?
Because she works with a rogue.
Yep.
Good point.
Sorry, he works with a rogue, so he's got to get used to it. All right.
That's amazing.
All right, you hear, hey, I think we got him. There's one in there. I don't know. Somebody did something, but he doesn't sound too good. And you hear him, well, go get him. Okay. So that was Gumshoe. I feel like the order got screwed up.
No, it did. Weird. How did that happen?
I don't
How
know.
did I move up?
Gumshoe had a 12. I didn't get a bump to... You re-rolled
The kobold warrior rolled initiative perception and Gumshoe rolled initiative deception.
Weird. How did that happen? It says initiative here. Ooh.
Whoops.
Weird.
Yeah, if you're
That's
under
what I was doing earlier.
attributes are initiative skill rolls. So you need to go to the skills.
Okay. Hey, we're learning. Look at us go.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing last time, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
Yep, I see it. That where it actually says initiative and then gives all the... Okay. Okay, yeah, we're learning.
We're all learning.
How do I go back?
Do you guys remember what everybody had?
Gumshoe had a 12. Everyone else is still the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only thing that changes, Gumshoe and the one warrior?
And the kobold warrior.
Okay.
I don't know where he was.
So I can
Yeah,
change
we didn't get to
Gumshoes.
see him before.
He's new. He's definitely new.
Mm-hmm.
Gumshoes was a 12. And... Alright, this one should have just gone up to the same 22 as the other guy. So they were together. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, Gumshoe, was that it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. With the deceitful cough, trying to lure the poor kobold in here, still rubbing his head, still in pain. You guys are all monsters.
You started this.
Doesn't want me to be. I did. I was letting you be diplomatic. I was letting you go for it. No. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. This is bouncing everywhere.
So much like foreshadowing and anticipation when we see that moving. It's just like, yeah.
All right. And then this one. You hear a clank. Not sure what happened out there, but you hear a small, soft clank. It sounds like something hits the ground. And then it is this guy's turn. This guy makes a mad dash across.
He gets hit by 4 magic missiles.
Oh, he does. Go ahead and target him.
Yep.
He has no idea that magic missiles are incoming. He's just trying to get from cover to cover.
Because this is the scroll, I don't actually have a scroll attack. Like, I put the scroll in my inventory, but I don't have a...
It just gives you 1?
No, it should give me 3.
Okay. I was gonna say.
But like I said, this is just me. I wrote the scroll. I don't know. So it's 4d4 or 3d4.
Oof. 13 damage.
Oof.
he goes to run across. Carl's magic missile goes off from the scroll. Missiles streak through a little crack. You're and he flies back, quite dead, with 3 magic missiles embedded into it before they fade away. Carl, killer of kobolds.
Demands sacrifice.
Goodness.
Rev's going dark with it real fast.
I love it. That's great.
Chat about how it feels to breathe fire and eat ghost peppers. All right. So that one's dead. Next one. This guy in here. Just sees 3 flashes of light. He doesn't know what happens. He goes to peek his head through the door. Bozzy. Oops, I didn't mean to pause it. Bozzy, you would, I believe, see him.
Don't yet. Oh,
There we go.
What? I can't. Oh, I can target. Okay. Yeah, I do see a thing.
So your spell would go off.
Yes. It's a will save DC 17. Oh, super passed. Nothing happens, I don't think, right? Or does it take damage anyway?
See, it takes mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save. If the target critically fails to save, it's also stunned 1. All right, so it looks like it takes the damage anyway.
Damage no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
4.
All right. So how are you sending mental damage over to this already injured kobold?
I think she already. Oh, this one she can see is already injured on the way in.
Yeah, this is the one that's holding his head as he goes to walk
Good,
into
I'm
the
doing
door.
more head damage. Okay. But she can kind of barely see it from this corner, and she's like not in cover, but she's near the corners. So I think she's kind of like sitting out and like has her hands up in a sort of like, I don't really know what's happening, kind of like mental or like, I don't know, physicality. And then like as she's doing that, the spell goes off and she like kind of pushes it in its direction, like away from her head and like towards his, but still is very like, I don't know how to say we are confused, and I think you are too. She's saying all of this out loud, but understanding that it does not understand. But does that and looks very panicked. That was all it took.
That's the one that was hit by sneak attack.
Yeah, it had 1 HP left, and it was being sent to go into this hostile room. You see a quick like twinge go across his face. One eye blinks for a second, and then it just drops face first. As your mental damage just finishes what Takut started there.
Do you think maybe we should talk? Maybe we should talk. Can you tell her we can talk? Can't tell what you guys were talking about.
You want to talk to him? He's dead. You killed him.
The other ones. There's more than one.
I don't think they're going to want to talk now. You just killed that guy.
They probably don't want to die.
You killed him.
Again, they probably don't want to die. Again.
Is it her turn now? Or? No, it's
whose turn is it now?
It's
That was
Bozzy's.
your held turn.
It is Bozzy's
It's
turn.
my turn. Fantastic.
Yep, that was your held action.
Held action. Okay, she's gonna just kind of scooch over and not see anyone. I think she's gonna walk up to the body and just, I guess, like look over it. Is there anything on it at all? Like, I don't know, any symbols, anything that's like not a weapon that she could notice?
He's got 2 very cute little kobold spears tucked away. He was.
No. Kobold-sized spears. Yeah, they're going to be extra cute, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah,
Try again.
That was me doing that on purpose. No, he's got 2 spears tucked away. He's got one underneath him now that he was holding, some crude leather armor, and you see when he fell, his little pack spilled out some dried fish.
His little pack.
Well, that one wasn't dried. It was little. That one wasn't
The
intentional.
arms of a kobold.
Little is synonymous with cute. You can't say this. All right, so I mean, I don't know. Is this a dumb question to ask? Are the fish looking like some of the fish that would be native to around here that would be stolen?
Make a nature check for me, Bozzy.
Sure. Let's see. Am I good at that? Nope. All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. I can roll well, though. That works.
Yeah, these look like native fish. In fact, it looks like the fish that you guys found in the tipped-over barrel up there.
Okay. We should ask some questions. They're part of the fish ring. I don't know.
The fish ring?
They're stealing the fish.
We gotta show... We have to show Voggle how cute they are, too.
There. No! Don't show her after I just killed one.
You
Simply rude.
Yeah. So cute. And the little spear guy is also so
The little spear.
I told you it was little.
Me. I don't need you
It'd be less cute when it's in your belly, though.
This is true. He's coming after you with murderous intent, right? They were very angry.
They're coming at us with murderous intent. But from the beginning, Bozzy has been trying to get information from them, so that's not a new thing.
This is true.
So she's gonna back up a little bit and stay there, but is still like,
Can we just talk? I can't talk to them because they can't. Just talk to them.
I like Gumshoe's just like, what? Like, he's dead. And be like, do you have one to talk to? She wants to talk to one, and they're dead.
I have one in my pocket.
the only ones that are here are dead. That's the end of her turn. She's gonna stay there.
Okay, and she's just trying to get
her turn is walking up to the body and screaming.
She's trying to get somebody to talk to them instead of just killing them all. I think is what I took from that.
Yes, correct.
All right, to cut.
Heck to do.
The primer of kobold deaths.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
When I heard that noise hitting the floor earlier, I have recognized the that sound meant.
You would have known from that crafting check that you manipulated something all the way across this room. And it sounded fairly large, but you wouldn't know exactly like what it is you did because you couldn't see it whatsoever.
On the kobold's turn, you said we heard something hit the floor just on the other side of the door.
Oh, my bad. It would have been over this way.
Okay.
I thought you meant the lever you were pulling in that little room.
Yeah, no, that's. Oh. Just my movement to get to there.
Mm-hmm.
And be ready to. Can I? Would it be a free action to throw some coins on the ground? Just a handful of copper pieces, like so that they like fall and jingle.
Yeah.
This area here.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm on to you.
Trying to attack kobolds with the sound of money and readying to kill them with one of them.
Okay. Are you trying to lure them in with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, kits, don't feel bad. I keep trying to do stuff on the stream screen that you guys can see that I don't have DM privileges on. It's on the other screen. So I'm doing roughly the same thing. Don't feel bad. And thanks for hanging out with us. So go ahead and, Rev, you can help me out here. What is the Pathfinder equivalent of insight again?
Insight in previous ones was sense motive, but I'm not seeing sense motive.
I don't see that yet.
Motive sounds familiar.
I swear I've read it. Yeah.
I totally don't see it now, but I swear I saw it at some
Choose
point.
one creature, assess it for
Society.
Other indicators. GM attempts a single secret perception check. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think they could just combine it into perception. For
Perception against deception. All right. So, to cut, give me a deception check.
All right.
Oh.
No.
Dice said no.
No.
But hero point.
Oh, the cut says no. Not that big a deal. The coins are where I want them. If that doesn't draw them in, something else will. It's fine.
Do that. I actually can't even find this thing. Do they not have perception? I swear you should have perception.
Yes, the coins just fall silently to the ground.
I guess they don't. I guess it's just a regular old roll.
They should have perception. It's not in skills.
Oh, we're doing this thing again, huh? Yeah, let's see. Attributes, initiative. Oh, wait. What?
On our character sheet. On our character sheet right above initiative, there is just the perception.
There we go. Okay, he still beats it. I mean, it wasn't going to be hard to do, but there was a chance.
Oh, it wasn't. He beat it with a 1. He would have beat it with a 1. He would have had 7, which is 1 more than my 6.
Okay.
Didn't have to roll.
Yeah, so Takut just spikes a bunch of coins on the ground and tries to act like, here, kitty. You know, like, it's not buying it. He's not buying it. So, yeah, I think, yeah, so Twisted is used to Foundry. He's used to ending his turn. That's what got me before. I think that got me last time we played too. So, Carl, it's your turn. I'm not hitting the button and skipping you again.
Thanks.
Thought everybody was doing that.
Thanks.
I have no idea how to end my turn.
It's okay.
It's at the bottom of the initiative tracker.
No,
I did it last time for myself too.
I realize that now. Okay.
If it's your turn, it says end turn at the bottom of the tracker. If it's not your turn, then it doesn't.
Okay, that's what that means. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm just used to always going there and selecting the turn thing myself. So it threw me off, these clever...
I can stop.
No, you're fine. I just know to watch for it now. Carl, it's your turn.
I will yell into the room in Draconic. Karkuth has been satisfied. A new chosen must be picked. Do you feel worthy?
Here we go again. Deception and perception.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oof. Always
very
worthy.
Nice.
Always worthy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Did it work? What's going on?
For a moment.
until a rock ends the effect.
Find out where they're taking the fish.
Where do you take the fish to feed the pet?
What? Downstairs, duh.
Ghost sounds will have a crack of thunder.
Here. Ah!
The new chosen meets your fellow kobolds outside, for you will meet me at the mountain.
I'll go downstairs.
And downstairs.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
when there's not like a quick response, is it or upstairs? Which one? You see a little head peek around the corner. You know what? Let me double check the color. Yeah, you see like a you see a little bluish like purple head like peek around the corner. There's little speckles on it. Like it's looking around for an answer, but it doesn't know exactly where you guys are at.
Is Takut behind me trying to cast a spell right now?
What is he doing?
If that's correct, you get another staff whap to the wrist.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Some of your brothers will be waiting outside.
Which isn't a lie. There's actually 4 waiting somewhere outside.
Can you say 5 so that it's a lie and you can roll deception?
For diplomacy and deception are the same.
Oh, okay, never mind. Carry on.
He said some. So the question remains: upstairs or downstairs?
Well, the other ones went out this way. They did say they were going to meet me outside, and they marched off this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we took that
50-90.
Upstairs outside, right? Like that's what I thought it was or meant.
You guys know upstairs would have been behind you, at least from
upstairs
one way.
would be going out.
Oh.
So we just pushed the 4 further in so we could kill them later?
There's probably got to be another way out of here.
There's a good, strong chance of that happening at this point.
Yeah, probably the only way in and out isn't the hole in the basement in the fishery. I will assume that naturally.
Yes.
They at least have escape because it gotta.
They came through that wall.
Skyrim taught us this, yes.
So, take the exit downstairs. Meet you with your brothers outside and prepare for the trek to the mountain.
Okay, I'm worthy. And you hear some scraping, as it sounds like something is. Well, they're not doing anything yet. It's not their turn, but they're like preparing to maybe walk away.
I look at Gumshoe because he's the only one still in the room. Don't go in there. Stay here.
Do you know who took the fish?
They're taking the fish.
We
just let this one leave, and then we can find the fish.
Do you know where, though?
Yes.
Okay. So don't kill him.
Don't kill him.
Okay. I'm gonna mouth that to like Bozzy and to Cut. Be like, don't kill this guy. Just send the message. He's our friend.
So you guys
standing awkwardly.
You guys have decided not to kill this one, huh? Is that the message being passed around?
I think so. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
To Cut's the wild card here.
Mm-hmm. Cut does have a small rat in front of him.
The cut doesn't have a turn before the kobold's turn.
This is true. All right, so Gumshoe.
I guess Gumshoe's just gonna wait until the kobold like walks away, and then like probably proceed into the room after that kobold leaves, like cautiously, right?
Okay.
Yeah, sort of.
And I believe you can actually see. Yeah.
I don't want to be spotted by the kobold. I want to be like walking in and.
Oh no! I mean, you can see. You can see right there. If you go back to the square you were at, you can see right there that little kobold peeking around. I think, right?
I can't actually. Oh wait, no. Yes, maybe. No, I can't see a kobold actually.
Oh, okay. It looks weird. It looks like you can see it on mine. But anyways, you would just barely be able to make out this kobold right here behind the wall.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
Oh, that's where he is. Oh, I didn't see it. Blended right into that floor tile. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can just barely see that one, and then you can actually see it like it went from like a tense, like spear ready kind of pose to shoulders kind of sag down, the spear kind of, he doesn't drop it, but like instead of having it at the ready, it drops down towards like hanging down by his legs, and it looks like it's starting to turn to head off.
Way to go. Good job, Carl. And impressive. Tell Marvin he's doing good too. Or am I talking to Marvin right now? Probably not the time to ask. It's fine. I'm just going to wait.
I like that the blue eyes weren't any indication of who she was speaking with.
Correct. You get to guess. All right. So you're just going to wait until the kobold walks away and then head on into the room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then, to cut, are you going to do anything to the kobold as it walks away?
Oh.
Okay. Then, I'm taking you at your word right now. I'm ending the combat. You guys have saved one.
Yay!
You can hear it walking away. And you hear the sounds of his little feet, or her little feet, slapping against the stone, dragging the butt of a spear, and disappearing off to the right hand, the eastern side of the room. Would any of you have like stepped out to see it as it was walking away, or just
100%.
Okay.
I'll step out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
For everyone at home, Foozca was shaking her head.
Oh.
Ooh,
Gorgeous.
pretty one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that kobold slinking away, and it heads
Eyes
off.
are particularly derpy.
Yeah. You would see that one heading off down to the like northeastern corner of the room over here.
Cool.
So, what would you guys like to do in this room? Now that there's combat's ended, there's nothing else in here, enemy-wise. You heard some very loud, like, clanking sounds earlier.
Hey, Takat, pull that lever. I'm gonna stand here.
My goodness.
Yeah. When I pull the lever.
Oh no. Okay. So he pulls the lever.
Maybe Bozzy, what are you doing here?
She doesn't. She's like walking in as that happens. So like, I don't know how much time she has. So I don't know like how much time she'd have to move in any direction. But she was probably like right there when you're like, pull the lever. I don't want to cheat and say that she like heard that ahead of time and like fucked off.
That's fair.
So what's interesting here is you guys are standing there when the trap is pulled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw nothing in this line of sight from the cracks, right? So
yeah, you hear a clunk coming from underneath you.
Underneath?
Yep, directly underneath the both of you.
And the floor falls out.
But nothing happens there. Carl, you poor bastard.
No, Carl.
Let's see, Carl.
You're guided. Don't forget.
Oh God, Carl.
No, don't say those words.
I'm sorry, Carl.
Don't say those words.
Let's see.
You were worried about me.
There's a spear barrage. This is a.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
The westernmost creature in each row. Carl. Carl, I'm sorry, Carl. All right. This is gross.
Gumshoe and Takat are trying to kill you. You see that? Oh!
That's a 27 to hit, Carl.
That's a crit.
I'm sorry, Carl.
No, you're not.
I am.
You did say that guy needed a sacrifice. Maybe it was you all along.
So the crits are double the dice or double the damage rolled? I gotta find it.
You know, like a D4. Who knows? You know, it'll be fine.
Just
He
an
said
extra
it,
D4.
it's nasty.
Just one D4. Just one. 3 spears, 1 D4. That's it.
3 spears. 1 D4.
All right, let's see. We're looking it up real fast.
You don't have to. You could just use the D4 like I said.
Yeah, it deals double damage. Oh, it doesn't say. Just deals double damage.
Okay, that's easy then. Just double damage.
Yeah. Spells have unique effects, but most things.
Okay, so Carl, whoops. Boop. you take 16 damage as a trio of spears launch down each one of these 3 rows. You decided, not decided, but you stepped in front of Bozzy, who would have eaten the spear in your row, and just completely oblivious as the spear sails into you, hits you for 60. Are you dead?
No.
Yes.
You are no!
He had a max of 15 HP. You guys hear a soft, wet, awful sound behind you, Bozzy and Gumshoe. Carl wears a look of surprise. As
Tell my Mima I love her.
I want you to stop touching things. You shot the only one who was able to talk to people.
Why didn't that go off before? We pulled that lever 25 times.
And then we just weren't in the fucking room.
She's like frantically reaching for her healer's tools.
The first person...
Hey, did it work?
Out.
I think you just hear panic because of you. Carl is dead. Carl, can you hear us? Carl.
Oh, man.
Please imagine that kobold just walking off and being like, all right, that was a weird encounter. And that's just, God, you killed Carl.
And the heroes kill themselves. This is like a Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh my God.
There's a bunch of kids on our property. They're just killing themselves. Well, I don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I'll first so much for laughing. I'm gonna first hit him with a stabilize.
Carl, before you do that, Carl,
sure.
You can spend a hero point.
They can get us with the hero point when they can heal me right here.
Okay. I gotta try. All right.
Trying so hard to get one of us dead.
I'm trying.
How do you put anti-hero points on this character sheet?
So what's really neat, I'm actually going to pull over the GM screen for a second so you guys can see what dead Carl sees.
Everything's gone black.
Oh, I think we saw because during our test run, everything gets like...
That's what it looks like
when
when Carl dies.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl.
Just hear us from like...
It got raided.
Hey, Raiders, welcome in.
Oh, nice. Hello.
Guar
Raiders?
Hi, Raiders.
I slaughtered your name, I'm sorry, but thank you for joining us. As we're getting towards the end of our session here. Carl the Casual, the ever trustworthy sorcerer, inadvertently stepped into a space to intercept a spear shot out of the wall and took all of his 15 HP that he had. Our poor adventurer Carl the Casual is dropped face down with a spear. But Bozzy, our Ratfolk Oracle here, is trying to stabilize him and make sure he doesn't die. Nat 20 for everyone.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like it's just a distant voice of like you hearing like, Girl! Don't die, Carl! You tripped a trap, Carl! We don't know what happened, but we're trying to save you, Carl!
Come back, Carl!
Through the darkness. Come back! Walk towards the light! You feel a little sticky hand in your hand.
Nice cold, sticky hand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so you are stabilized, Carl. You lose. There we go on the wrong screen again. I will get better at that. You lose dying.
I lose the.
Yeah,
I remain unconscious.
Yep.
Right.
And
so
at
once
0 hit points.
And then I will take my time and use my healer's kit or healer's tools for 10 minutes to do that thing.
Yeah.
I need a medicine check, right?
Yep.
Before I do that.
Gumshoe's also
Pull
gonna
the spear out very carefully.
No, it stays in. You don't want him to bleed out. We
Yank it.
take that out in a bit. Hold on. Let me make the medicine check first.
To cut, how do you remove the spear?
Oh, that isn't.
Well, actually, while she's doing that, I'm going to take some cloth and tie it onto the end of her staff to make it padded.
So you
I'm
don't
gonna
get
try
whacked
to-
with it anymore?
Yeah, so it doesn't
Yo,
hurt
I
so
feel
much.
You do not need to roll anything. There's no way she's noticing that.
Yep.
No way. You can
glad to cut
start
text
etching your
advantage.
name in the end. She would not notice. She's
Amazing.
too busy cursing in her rat language. She's trying to save this man's life.
Okay. So you needed to beat a 15 to.
What happened to Carl?
Let me see.
Hey, look, listen. I did guide him before he went down. Can we add that +1?
You know, you did, and like you're not in combat anymore. You're out of combat. I'll say the being off by 1 there is that'll do it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll. I think it's 2d8.
Yeah, I think it's 2d8 as well.
Well,
2d8,
Bozzy's doing that. I think Gumshoe's just gonna take that healing potion out, that extra one.
Yeah.
Tuck it right into Carl's bag.
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if the potions do much if he's down before he can use a single one.
Yeah, if I die in 1 hit.
Yeah,
Good point.
exactly.
Gumshoe takes out his, takes out the thing, put it back in. Actually goes through what else Carl's got in that bag. Does he have health potions in
He
there?
has a health potion, yes.
Yes, actually
Nice.
he has one in there. Okay.
Yes.
All right, he's gonna just close the bag and be like, he's fine. Just didn't get to it quick enough.
There's no quick enough when it's 100% to 0%.
Yeah. It was like 105%.
Carl might as well have 1 hit point, you know?
So Carl, did you hit?
No, I did not hit heal.
Yep. There you go.
Boop.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Carl, you no longer have the sleepies. Let's see.
I blinded unconscious. And
Yeah, I gotta find all of the stats you have.
Jeez. Oh, Carl's
Whoa.
gone.
That's
He
the
went
wrong
to the
one.
afterlife.
There we go.
Oh no! Where did Carl go? Oh, he's back.
It's probably easier to do it from his character sheet in the effects
It
section.
probably is actually, yes. I was just coming to that same conclusion as I was looking through the pile of effects that he's got. Whoops, that's the wrong character. I'm awesome.
Oh, can I do that? I can do that. Boop.
Even easier.
Coral. Rick Grimes. Coral. I think you just got to say coral. and then
Coral,
you hit
yeah.
Rick Grimes perfectly.
So we're gonna end
What
our
happened, buddy?
we're gonna end our session here with Carl lying on the ground, the spear freshly pulled out of him,
Heap of his own blood.
pool of his own blood. His frosted roots have gone white. And far across Bozzy and Gumshoe, far across the way here, you will see it looks like a stairway heading down and curving gently one direction here. You have a pretty good idea. That's where that kobold wandered off to when you went in here. I also want you guys to remember that you heard a couple of extra sounds in here.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So try to remember that for 2 weeks because
Oh, yeah.
we're off next week, guys. There will not be a Pathfinder game on Monday night.
Correct.
But we will be back on the 24th, I think it is. So, do you guys have any... I don't even want to ask this, but do you have any questions or any concerns before we wrap it up for tonight?
No questions, but
Just
before everyone
apologies.
leaves- Yeah,
Just
before anyone
apologies.
leaves, if like Tacut and Gumshoe are where they are, after she takes the spear out, she'll take like the blunt end and whap both of them in the shins
Damn it!
while she's down there healing. And it's not even because she noticed that her staff is now wrapped up to be bludgeoning damage instead. It's just because it's closer.
Oh, no, I think he wrapped up the blunt end because that's what you were hitting him with before, right?
Yeah, but like she's not using her own staff; she's using the spear that
Oh, I
she
gotcha,
pulled
I gotcha.
out to like whap them.
Yep, I
It's
got you.
simply because it's in her hand. Yeah,
What?
But that's
Ow.
it.
Stop touching things. Stop. Just if you two could just chill out for a second.
Look, it's sometimes is good things. Sometimes it's IBS. Sometimes it's a spear. It could be a treasure. You never know.
Carl.
Ow. Ow.
Sometimes it's IBS.
I mean, look, the only downsides we've had is IBS and Dead Carl. I think we're winning. Essentially what Gumshoe's saying.
Pretty much. IBS and Dead Carl. Man, there's all kinds of episode titles in here. But yeah.
Dead Carl. Oh boy. Okay.
That's it for tonight, guys. IBS and Dead Carl. We end it with Carl just blinking, staring at the ceiling with a very large pain in his back. Yeah, like I said,
Carl.
No Pathfinder next Monday. We'll be back on the 24th, though. Players, thank you once again for your time on a Monday night. I very much appreciate it.
Should we have added sneak attack to that?
No.
Yes. I mean, I was dead.
You didn't need it. It took...
End result is still dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
You know what's funny about this is Rev is all worried about me trying to kill him. It's not me. It's to cut.
That was... Wow.
So what
really
happened is
the ball there to cut. Jeez. Oh man.
Finish the job to cut.
Clever to cut. Oh jeez.
So we have some choices tonight, guys. Do you want to watch let's see. Do you guys want to watch more D&D? Do you want to watch the Cyberpunk TTRPG? Or would you like to watch a fun little game called Haven? It's a little indie title, I think. It's a very fantastic art style. I was watching a little bit of it the other night. I'll let you players, vote on it.
I'm always so noisy, so I'm going to quiet down and let someone else speak.
Wait, are you asking us or chat?
No, I'm asking you guys, you players. What do you guys want to see?
I'm like sitting here looking at chat, being like, "What do you want, chat? What do you want?" It's Cyberpunk was the other choice.
Yep, D&D Haven or the Cyberpunk TTRPG.
Ooh, I'm gonna go look at Haven for a quick second here. I need to. Ooh, it does look like it has beautiful art.
Yeah.
Right. Oh wait, I think I've seen someone play this a little bit. It's kind of like a, yeah.
It's a really pretty looking game.
Either Cyberpunk or Haven for me.
Okay,
doesn't really matter. I like Cyberpunk personally.
Foozca?
Haven sounds good.
All right, cool. We're gonna go say hi to Xanthos tonight then.
Oh,
Xanthos.
He's awesome. He's going to get real excited when we come in there. So give him a lot of love. He'll be very appreciative of the raid. So make sure you guys give him some love. Once again, players, thank you. Everybody that watched tonight, very much appreciated. We had a bunch of follows, so thank you for all the follows. The raid, very much appreciated. You guys all have a great night, and we'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of map making, and then Wednesday we'll be back here on Witchlight. It's my times are all over the place. 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Witchlight. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. You guys all have a good night, and say hi to Xanthos, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, guys.
Night, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for watching. It was fun.
Yeah.